Chronicles of the Coast, our weekly Dungeons & Dragons stream. Thank you, people who are possibly tuning in right now. That would be our biggest fans, Stevicus, Badger, and Mauricio.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Loki. Don't forget Loki.
And Loki.
Yep.
And Zip Tie.
And Zip Tie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We make this show for you.
Yep, we do this for you guys.
Yeah. Let me get my notes on the right page here of my book on how to kill player characters.
Boo.
Man, where was I? Right there. Okay. Good. How does our structure go? We start off the night with announcements. I've got nothing to announce. Not really. We're still doing our charity event for heart disease. Donations unlock certain events in game. Our next one, I believe, is a random encounter. I have lots of random encounters. Keep in mind, a random encounter does not mean combat. So we'll see what the dice roll. My cup tonight does not taste like soap. That's an announcement.
That's good.
It is good. It's very good. I like it. Game Storm is coming up.
What's the time?
Can we confirm now that we have Saturday?
I would say 99.9% yeah.
Yeah, it is a near certainty that we will be running our games at Game Storm at the Red Lion on March something.
27th.
The 27th.
29th is Saturday.
Yeah, that weekend of the end of the month of March, and we will be there, and you can come and visit and play games, and it'll be a good time. That's an announcement. That's exciting. I'm excited for that. And
Steve says, "Get that man some soap."
You gotta put it in his cup.
no, I don't even. No.
Like, no, hell
Yeah.
You love it.
Let's go ahead and hop on over to our players and let you guys do your announcements.
Yeah, so we're entering week 3 of our American Heart Association charity. It's been much more successful than I had envisioned, and that's great. So thank you for the viewers and everyone who's donated. Yeah, we're $10 away from a random encounter, and then I think I put like a long rest or something in there. At 85 or something.
Well
so
done.
something nice. So
nice.
If we get our butts whooped by some random elves again, we could use a long rest. Anyway, other than that, I don't have much. Anyone who hasn't checked it out yet, there's an extension for D&D Beyond on the Twitch stream itself. I think you just have to click on it. It's on the right side of the screen, of the viewable screen, and it installs the little app that you can actually go and check out our individual characters and kind of see what we are. So check that out. Let me know if it works or if anything's quirky or whatever. We have our current levels on there, hit points and everything, so
Cool.
Should work just fine.
Yeah. I guess we've never really mentioned that.
No,
that we were using
I just,
have we?
Yeah, I just turned it back on. Kind of figured out. But yeah, we're all level 3. So that's pretty cool. So that's going. The charity's going. I think that's all I got on the tech side.
Yeah, there's no super new and fun announcements for the time being on the social media side. We're in a holding pattern of gathering my resources.
Cool.
Getting ready to invade Australia or something.
Sweet.
That's a risk reference, not in real life. I feel bad for them and everything that's happening over there. Yeah, other than that, Game Storm is going to be fun. That's kind of what we're really focusing on at the moment. So, no
That's
other
right.
announcements.
Nice.
Yeah.
Same.
You
No
working on
announcements.
stickers? I
Got
think
some
you were working on some
merch.
stickers.
Yeah. Doing some stuff.
Nice.
Making it.
I know I got to get you a file.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll do that.
It's being finicky.
Yeah.
I play Mooney Rumble Forge, and my name is Jonathan Altair Wallace.
Wait, what's your middle name?
Altair.
Oh, it's not?
Yes, it is.
Like Assassin's Creed?
Yes.
You just went up like 3 points of coolness in my book.
Nice.
Anyway.
It's like
Book of Cool.
fucking hate
You're
it.
already pretty high.
I thought about that from John. But anyway, that's not important. We're here to play today. And last week, we had a lot of trouble with elves. Those dirty knife ears.
Yeah, we had a lot of trouble with elves last week. Well,
Yeah.
folk of the more monstrous persuasion did.
No announcements, eh?
No announcements. They
Okay.
just did as did. That's what I can announce. Like,
Like to
yeah.
I
announce?
find those elves. I want them dead.
That's not an announcement. That's like a violated.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Good Lord.
We got tagged and bagged.
Yeah, let's just say it. Got bagged and tagged. Just call it out. That's what happened.
At least it took 3 darts to take the monsterly invasive species down.
Proud of that.
Yeah, you know what? Steve Irwin never
You
had
gotta
to
be proud of
use,
something, I guess.
darts
Tranquilizers.
knock people
I
out.
bet he did.
He fought those alligators without them.
Uh-huh.
And crocodiles.
Yeah.
Look,
I'm sure he had
those
to at
alligators
some
and
point.
crocodiles don't have intelligent speaking abilities, okay?
I'll look it up.
Look, just because you don't hang out with them, you know what? That's really rude to say that about Australia. They are suffering right now.
See?
Well, so am I. I have this like the sore ear going on, this heavy
This
thing.
sore ear.
I got a really sore ear. Yeah,
You're
it's about
comparing your
me
suffering
right now.
with the ones from Australia at the moment?
That's what the Minotaur does.
Cranky
Okay.
bastards.
Live in a labyrinth to compare your suffering.
Ears throbbing.
Got it.
I can't hear anything.
Specifically to Australia.
Down.
No matter what's going on, it's always with Australia.
Absolutely.
Like Australia is like,
Love
Australia's never been
Australia.
better right now. And Minotaur is like, they're doing better than us. Damn it. Damn it, Australia!
Everything else aside, yes, I love Australia.
Well, really,
It's a
the Minotaurs,
beautiful country.
they come from the Australia of a Marth.
Yeah, very much like
Oh my
Australia.
god, it looks like Australia.
Yeah.
I'm gonna edit that.
Stop it. Don't mess with the bottom part because I already got his town.
I already deleted that little area. I took my eraser and just.
Yeah.
Bye, Rick.
So he sung a little song about fucking overrated.
Maybe there should be
not on
knuckles
fire
that
right now.
from
the
here
other
on out
chat
as
that I
Australia.
don't know nothing about. Good stuff.
All right. So, like we were
Elves are
saying,
going
though,
down now.
you all did come across a random encounter where some wood elves, you believe. I actually, unfortunately,
The worst.
dropped the ball and did not give you a proper description. These particular elves were very, like, you all hear the legends of elves who are fair of skin, but these elves were very fair of skin, and their hair was a platinum white and their eyes like a crystalline glacial blue almost. Kind of unearthly. Definitely looking a little less similar to humans. Strange.
Tattoos?
Some of them, yes, were marked. Although Ember, being a person who has traveled around, and Nakma, a person who has traveled around, allow me to please have you two give me an intelligence save, not a save, an intelligence check, maybe history if you feel so inclined.
History check. I'll take a natural 20. Right here. Hello.
Ember did not fare so well.
Yes, sir. 23.
Ember is like, there's a beach over there, but
Right.
Remember those things?
I'm gonna continue to ride this current, man, and go all the way to Fjorta.
First roll. Bam.
First roll of the night. Allow me to just drop right down to here-ish. Nakma,
Yeah.
you have met many elves in your journeys. You have been all over the place. You know elves.
That's why I'm disappointed.
Great.
Hurt me deeply.
And among the things that you know, you can definitely say for sure that these were wood elves. Wood elves of Amarth being unusual in the fact that because they have such a strong kinship with the environment around them, they actually change dramatically depending on where they are in the world.
Okay.
A wood elf in Fjorta is going to resemble the ice and the snow, whereas the very same
Pale
wood
white,
elf,
Yes.
if he travels to the south, to the what is the name of the tree? I forget the name. Doesn't matter. It travels south and to the east around an area. I got a map.
Big map.
Yeah, the big map.
This one
The plateau?
updated or
So
Moors?
Tell BM not here is a bit.
tell me I'm
There you
not
go.
here.
Yeah, darker.
Don't tell me.
This is like not working at all.
down here.
You got a map on
Let's use this one.
Oh, well,
Look, there's a
map.
smaller
No,
map.
there's a map actually. There's
a map
can't
on the
point
screen.
to it or nothing.
Okay. If you look in the middle, there's an area here. The province of Talbiem Nahir. A
bay.
series of small city-states, but it's much darker. The jungle is thick, and that same elf, if he were to travel,
Steve?
or she traveled to that particular area, their skin tone would change to very dark brown, almost black. Their hair would
Okay.
probably change green or shades of various wildflower colors.
I like it.
They kind of morph to the environment that they are in, constantly changing.
They're adaptive.
Snow rabbits.
And if they ever end up in a city, it's very easy to spot a wood elf. Then they look sickly.
Okay.
Sallow.
Out of character,
Yeah,
I
sallow.
did read that part on the elves, so yes. I get
So
that. I get
you
the
recognize
elves.
that.
Cool.
You're able to share that if you so choose with your fellow party
I will
members.
You're saying
absolutely
these
share
elves
that
would
with my
hate
new
it if we
friends.
were to somehow capture them and force them to live in a city.
Oh no, not the city.
Would they turn into brick?
I don't
They're
know.
around cobblestone, would they turn gray?
Maybe.
Maybe.
A little gray around the gills, as they say.
Something.
So where are we? Exactly. She's still out in the snow.
Currently,
We are in this freaking cold area.
Doing the Banff and Raiders.
you are something along the lines of 50 miles away from Dragonsport. You made it about 25 miles the day before, and you are now currently trying to trudge on to get to that next 50. You're probably closer to about 40 miles
Okay.
away from Dragonsport. It is heavy precipitation that is slowing you down. Should the weather turn for the better, or you decide to change your pace at all, you should be able to make it to the next town in about a day and a half, maybe 2 days.
So we're gonna have to sleep out here in this snow.
That is correct.
How deep is it?
Depends on where you stand. This particular part here does have people traveling on it from time to time, though the foot traffic is very light this far away from Dragonsport. 10 miles away from Dragonsport, the homesteading and village atmosphere of people trying to live and grow food outside the city walls dwindles to almost nothing.
How deep's the snow?
It varies depending on where you're standing. On the road, a little bit less. I guess a more specific answer right now, you're looking at about 8 inches
Okay.
on the road. But there are there are
There drifts?
a barrow, a drift? I don't know the word for it. A mound. There are mounds of snow here and there that you can't tell how deep they are. Could be a lot deeper.
Okay.
We could try. Can we book it? Just like keep booking it toward Fjorda? Is that what we should be doing right now? Because we can't just sleep out here. It's the middle of the day.
It's daytime. We need to just
Well-
keep moving forward.
We have to keep moving, but we can try and make a, I guess, what's the word? I guess it's like a snowpack. I've read of them.
We're not making an igloo.
It's not an igloo. You just dig.
Burrow?
Let's just worry
I
about
pick up the snow. Is it
before it
powder
starts to
or
get
is
dark.
it watery?
You dig down into the snow deep enough.
Powdery.
We don't have to likely make our own. We couldn't make one big enough for each of us, but
The snow's not the right
only 8 inches.
consistency.
he said on the road it's 8 inches.
Throw a rock into it. Does the rock just immediately sink all the way through?
You have a rock?
Yes.
I'm not going to bother
Gigantic
looking at your
bird,
character sheet.
You know, the rock.
Rock.
ROC.
Had it the whole time. Lands in. I mean, it's currently snowing right now.
Well, we gotta keep moving either way.
Let's go.
Maybe we'll come across.
Go forward.
Maybe we'll come across something.
How are we all feeling? Did we check our wounds after that battle?
My ear hurts.
I'm a little dizzy, I think.
We need to.
For the most part, you all have a pretty bad headache
Yes.
from the
I'm down 5 hit points.
poison of the
Two.
wound, the darts wearing off, though you have gotten movement back in all of your limbs, a bad headache has set in.
Okay.
I'm only missing 5.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay for now.
Okay.
If we keep moving, if we get to actually rest tonight, I might be able to heal up.
And it would probably be a good idea just to press through the night and try and get somewhere we can sleep.
Will they allow us in the night?
And we'll have to cross that bridge when we get there.
Better that battle than try and sleep outside in the dark.
We did cross a bridge though, right?
A bridge?
Did you cross the bridge
I
yet?
don't remember.
More
think
travels?
so.
No.
We haven't even gotten that close yet. We're like 2 dots past the T on Dragon's Port.
Yeah, we're like on the 3rd dot or whatever
Yeah.
on the map.
It'll be like right there.
Okay.
Now we are, because we moved
How far do we have to go?
to the
Oh, okay.
far.
We're almost halfway.
Alright. It's still midday, no?
The
Yeah.
closer
Yeah.
we get to the city, the more likely we're gonna find
just
someone
snowy.
to sleep.
Well, let's try to make the bridge. I mean, that's about as far as we can get in one day, right?
Should we just sprint?
So, as Nakma being a teenager, he is somewhat starting to come around and enjoy the snow because it's new to him, and he's like kicking it around and watching it clump up, and he's realizing it. Hey, you can pack this stuff. And next thing you know, good old Mooney gets a snowball to the back of the head.
I use my... No, I don't have any more. I need a rest. Yeah. Just need like 1 hour's rest. Then I can get my key points back. Yeah, so I don't catch it.
Oh,
It hits
you were
me
gonna
right in
try
the
to
face.
catch it?
Yeah.
You never get to use that.
Oh my god. Again, I miss it.
Smack.
So it hits the... Where does it hit me?
This right here.
This stick to like one of my horns.
I don't know. How's the snow? Is it dry? Is it wet? Is it?
They said it's like
Pretty dry. It's pretty.
It just kind of blows up. This is cool. Grabs some more, starts eating it.
My invisible
This is
familiar
good.
on the branch above your head starts shaking it. And a bunch of snow just drops down onto you.
Just being a kid.
Should have just had you like sacred flame the wall or something. See how deep the snow was.
That's fine.
All right. Little bit of simplification for you guys. Every 8 little dashes of a road is 50 miles.
Okay.
So
Crap. Okay.
you have traveled about 7 of those little dashes away from Dragonsport.
Can we short rest really quick?
Okay. Okay.
Halfway through the day, you're certainly able to take a short rest.
Is this second breakfast?
Eat
time?
lunch.
Yeah. I could take a short rest. I'd be fine.
Yeah. What you eat?
Pull out the huge ham that
A huge ham.
the huge ham that they gave us when we left Dragonsport.
They give us a ham? That's
yeah,
right.
It's full of rum.
Yeah, okay.
It's a rum ham.
I will begin prepping a fire. And use prestidigitation to light it up.
Yes, the Jarl gave me this before we left.
I pull out like a handful of, I'm assuming they use like what, dung out here to get fires started? Because everything's always frozen and
No, the poor rum ham. No. Can we just say it was already cooked? I'll eat it raw at this point.
Tez stops at the side of the road and starts picking up
Oh, no.
forest dung and collecting it up. And
There's wood right there.
he stops and like follows the trail all the way up to the edge of the forest, which is right there by the edge of the road. Stops, doesn't see anymore, turns back around and goes back to the road and picks up more dung, leaving all of the forest alone.
So if I start eating hay, I got my own Tinder.
I guess so.
You just eat hay.
I could.
So
Just poop hay.
I
How
oddly
many
start a
stomachs do you
fire
have?
and get get that going.
That's an interesting question.
You gather up
Do you have a
dung.
ruminator's like stomach?
Like,
Even with prestidigitation, you can create a flame and it into existence, but it sputters out as it doesn't really have anything to take hold of. You've piled up a dung, but out here in the frozen land of Amarth, it's frozen, and all of the moisture is frozen into it, and it does not take a spark.
Can you like
Getting
Eldritch
light
Blast a
shit out
hole?
here. What?
Yeah, can you guys just like Eldritch Blast a hole in the ground so that I can just cook?
Sure. I mean,
You
if there's
got
any
Sacred
wood,
Flame too,
I'll
right?
gather that. If there's any wood.
Taz, you gotta take that stuff.
Just
I'm not putting any in my mouth. I thought that there was like some dry
have
dough,
adventurous
you know,
packs.
that they gave us
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
That's,
you
yeah,
still
There's a
the
few of your
tinder.
torches.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not that difficult. Start a fire with my torch.
he's not from here, guys.
Just
Yeah.
watching him. Yeah, exactly.
I forgot to tell you this, right? Taz isn't from this land.
I was trying to get him to huff
What do
it.
you mean?
Yeah, Taz is from what you call it? Yarth?
Earth. No, Earth. It's called Earth,
Not a Marth.
not a Marth. No. Although the similarities in the name often make me wonder, since I've come here, if there could be something to that. I've heard that simple legends about this place since I've come here, that it is itself alive. I wonder if my planet was once that way.
Talks about this stuff called electricity. You heard of it?
It's a new creation.
Stuck in a loop, the donation.
It's the magic of my land,
Steve says.
well, sort of the magic of my land. There are people there who practice magic, or
He's trying to
they
get a random encounter.
I just kind
on the grass.
of start eating the rum ham as it is.
or at least they profess to practice
What are you
magic,
eating?
but compared to what
You
I've
want some?
seen here,
Yeah.
It's raw rum ham. You want some?
Oh, raw. Great. Yeah, no problem. Like raw ham. Let's eat it. Nothing but a thing.
You've piled up some torches, correct? Managed to strike a flame, prestidigitation. It takes the oil and the kindling of the wood, and it goes right up, no problem. And you have a small fire going out of a couple of torches, some kerosene, some whatever it is that you use to soak your torches in. There's a special word. Was it paraquin? I don't remember. But take a short rest. The snow continues.
Okay.
It's just pouring. Snow doesn't pour, but it is just falling heavily. And before you know it, as you're sitting here huddled around this fire, trying to get the warmth back into your limbs, finally, do you cook your food?
Yeah, I don't have to, but
You don't have to. But, right.
I rum ham that.
Yeah.
Right?
So,
I just cooked this giant piece of ham that the Jarl gave us.
considering the fact that the fire is so small, really he just heats up the outside, but the inside is still frozen cold.
Oh, jeez.
So we just get bits and pieces every so often.
Yeah,
Ember,
you just
do you want to just like light this up with like sacred flame? Does that work?
Magical resources are not unlimited.
Cantrip?
Right. I don't have that one.
Oh. Okay.
Hell no, not for you.
So, no.
I wish I had dragon's fire breath.
You stand back up, gather up your torches, put out what you have, stock it away, and continue back on your journey, trying to get the rest of your miles in before nightfall, which
I usually
comes
hit
quick.
that on my short rest.
Nightfall comes quick in Fjorta.
That's a yeah.
Okay.
You stand up and the snow that is piled up on you just kind of falls off to the wayside, and you trudge on once again.
Okay.
The journey is long and complicated, but it is not even an hour after that you have broken camp that you come across a mound of snow that looks wrong.
Looks wrong.
As in to say that, Mooney, it is you who notices that as you are coming up on this pile of snow on the side of the road, that there are a pair of boots sticking out
Oh, no.
of the bottom. And you can see that these boots themselves do still have legs in them.
I'll put up my hand until everybody's. I signal everybody to stop. I'm pretty far away still, right?
Yeah, about 50 feet.
Okay. I whisper that there's a guy in the road in front of us. There's a guy in the road.
Where?
You see that snow mound with the feet?
You mean a corpse?
There's a guy in the road.
He's covered in snow, not moving.
Oh, there's feet. What if the people are still here?
No.
Like we just came across an ambush.
Was there blood?
We can't see from here.
Oh, let's go find
Go
out.
check it out. Let's go.
I command my familiar to start scouting the area from above, invisibly.
Be on your guard. There's probably an ambush set.
If it sees anything, to let me know immediately.
Familiar moves about
Just
this
be
way and
somebody
that.
frozen in this godforsaken land.
We already had an ambush earlier. It wouldn't surprise me.
Hey, I'm already tagged once. How many tags?
Mooney,
do I
Ember,
need?
as you are now on high alert, kind of looking around, the snow is still coming down heavily, but you kind of hear something in the air that is unusual. And as you kind of follow the sound, you sense that from time to time it stops at a tree branch, and a tree branch heaves a little, and you see snow fall. Other than that, you approach up to the corpse, and as you get closer to this corpse, you see that it is definitely buried in the snow and not moving. You don't see any blood. As you get closer, you're able to brush away at the snow to see what's underneath. If you choose, what do you do?
I assume where the head is, and then I reach for where the shirt would be and grab it.
Reaching into the snow of this mound, you grab at the shirt. The fresh snow, the blizzard that you're currently in begins to fall away. You grab at a very cold, frozen piece of fabric. It crunches under your hand as you apply pressure and pull the body away. Itself very frigid and not moving.
Is it woolen?
It is woolen, but it is frozen.
All right.
And it crunches under your hand. As you pull forth the figure, you see what looks to be a human. Looks to be like another typical Fjorton.
Can I tell if it's a male or female?
Oh, it's male.
Okay.
I mean, you know what a beard is.
How big's that beard?
6 inches.
Like from the side?
It's a tiny beard.
6 inches.
Oh man, that's pretty long.
It's not the length of the beard.
Anyway, you guys see me eyeball this beard a little bit too much. I pull them up and I look for wounds.
As you pull them up a little bit, the body it's frozen in place and doesn't want to move, so you kind of have to adjust it as you do so. Exactly that. And as you look through, you see that the reason that the shirt itself is so crusty is that because it is soaked through with blood. There are a couple of stab wounds on the inside, and as you lift up the shirt, you see that not only was it stabbed, it wasn't stabbed really at all. They're claw marks that seem to have gone underneath the linen and wool of his tunic, and underneath has ripped open flesh.
Oh.
Examining it further, you see that the
Wow.
belly itself has been completely opened up.
Oh, so it's like almost bisected and like the bottom half of his belly's gone.
No, it's opened up. It's all still there. All of it, it's ripped open. But as you're looking,
Is it
you
bound?
see what?
Is the body bound?
No. As you're looking at it,
He's starfishing, right?
you can kind of think that it looks like all the organs might be there. It doesn't look like anything's been eating on him.
Oh.
But something clawed definitely ripped him open.
How old?
It is very difficult to say because the body is frozen.
Are you gonna call us up?
Oh, shit. I thought they were with me.
Oh.
I look back. 50 feet.
Amber's over there's like, it's definitely a dead body.
It's just a body.
I'll walk up and do a medicine check.
I'll still be on my lookout. I'll look the front way of the road, and I'll ask Taz and Nakma to look the other ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll stay back
Looking.
about 20 feet and just keep an eye out.
I am looking.
Medicine check's about 10. I'm just kind of looking to see if it was like a defensive wound or one that was like aggressive for feeding.
On a medicine check.
Or
Examining-
you want survival, it's the same roll.
Examining the body, you see that he definitely died of blood loss. More specifically, it kind of comes up with your passive perception and your medicine check that you notice that he has 0 wounds on his hand. Now, that being an indication of if this guy was attacked randomly and unarmed, you would expect to see lacerations across his hands. However, his hands are in good condition. So whatever happened, it's likely he was in a fight at the time.
Okay. I'm sorry, so you said there was no
No
defensive wounds?
lacerations. So whatever happened, he probably might have had weapons in hand or something.
Oh, okay.
Not as in he was
Alright.
attacked and tried to shield himself,
okay.
Okay.
but more along the lines of his hands were actively trying to do something besides cower and...
Is there a chance that the wound was done after he was like frozen and on the ground?
Your medicine check definitely tells you that he died of the blood loss from the wound.
Okay.
Does it look like brigands?
Well, he doesn't have any possessions, so whatever killed him, right? There was no backpack, no weapons strewn around.
I saw no animal bites.
Heavy snow.
We should search for his belongings.
He's been here for at least a day.
Well, let's dig around. Search around.
Perception searches across the room, the road, an area.
I'll keep a lookout.
24.
Natural
Just taking a look
20!
Yeah, another 20 on the board.
Your keen sense of smell picks up there is blood underneath the snow, and you follow it along. You see that this man definitely, before the snow had began falling for this day,
Right.
at some point crawled over to that wall where he slouched himself against it. You follow the trail and you come to a spot, and underneath...
Oh, so he was sitting upright. I thought he was like starfished on the ground. That's how I imagine this is
Oh,
something.
I was wondering what the hell you meant by starfish. I'm like,
Yeah.
is this some weird
Spread
term
out.
that I don't understand?
Anyway.
Slumped against the wall. He was there, managed to crawl into that area, though you found what looks to be a shield and a sword of common variety underneath.
Nice.
They don't appear to be anything particularly of great value, but they're in good condition. And that's when we got a donation,
I'll take a
an
shot.
8. That's when we get a donation for a random encounter and things get more complicated.
Nice.
Oh, I need to look at the other page. That would be weird.
You giving me a shield?
I was looking at the ones for Dragon's Port, the city, not the environment.
Plus 2 to my AC.
I'll take a short sword. Okay.
Here we go.
So I'll take the short sword that he was using.
And I'm taking the shield.
No backpack. No gold. I pat down the body. Is there anything left?
You do find, yeah. He has 8 gold coins.
8 gold coins.
Seems like an animal attack of some kind. Who would leave gold on a corpse out
There's no
here?
bite marks.
It's just one giant claw.
Claw marks.
I don't know. Does it look like it
Can I
happened
make a
in one
perception
swift strike?
search of the area to see if there's anything
But he's able to crawl away.
still kind of hanging out?
Usually whatever attacks, like, eats.
Can I make
Right.
some sort of
Or
perception
steals things. This is
check
really
to
odd.
see if there's anything
It's very odd.
that may have caused us still kind of hanging out in the area?
How far did he crawl?
What kind of search would that be?
About 30 feet. A perception search to see. I still don't understand
If
your
there's
question.
if the whatever did this is still hanging out in the area.
Yeah, you can do
Like abnormal-
a survival.
Okay.
Though, what happens is,
Doesn't matter what I do.
you can go ahead and
No,
start
I'll
doing
stop.
that.
We're on alert.
Like, you begin looking around, it's like, let's see if I can find out if this thing is still around, and then that's when you hear
So it is.
No.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Can we just run? Run. From an owlbear?
Does it sound
Well,
bullish?
I don't know what it is.
Does it sound bovine?
No.
Yeah. I don't know if we're well,
Maybe
can
he just wants a
Can I
hug.
still act?
What do you want to do?
Semi-familiar to the source of that noise.
Yeah. Familiar. Takes off. Once again, you hear the sound of something kind of flutter through the air and move into the direction of the sound of the yelping. What's that?
Got.
My fucking battle maps.
Oh, wow. You want to use one of those? Hell yeah. Find something snowy.
That's cool.
That's cool.
That
And
is
then we'll
cool.
talk about that cool product and give credit where credit is due.
Can't believe you're just holding out on us like that.
As it flies through the air and kind of perches once again on a tree further on down the road and to the side about 50 feet, there is, you see something humanoid. It's
a werewolf.
It is something much larger than a man, but it looks like it's a bipedal creature with long arms, and it has horns on top of its head, and it's kind of like slumped and like crawling with one arm. You see that one arm itself is over its head, and it crawls on the ground and kind of tries to drag itself, letting out howls of pain the entire time.
Oh God. Does my familiar recognize this thing?
No,
No?
your familiar's from hell.
Okay. Doesn't mean it hasn't been out. It's outside of hell now.
I yell out this. Oh my god! It's some sort of monster!
Do you see it?
Anyway.
No, but you hear it.
Yeah. Okay.
Truly the gods are angry with us.
I try and find cover and stealth if I can from wherever it's coming from.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stop and listen.
Are you
try
you're
to
not wearing
pinpoint.
heavy armor, are you? Okay.
Trying to pinpoint where the sound is coming from.
Am I scared of this?
You won't. There's a creature off
Does
in
your
the
survival
woods,
instincts kick in?
Yeah, I'm scared.
just over that way. It is wounded. It has horns, and it appears to be. I've never seen such a creature before. But it is sorely wounded.
Are you gonna tag it?
Yeah, just fly down and look at it for me.
I've already done that. I've never seen such a creature.
Yeah, you gonna tag it?
Why would I do that? I'm very
That's what
upset
those
that you
dirty
all got
damn
tagged.
elves said.
Can I use
I'm not
his
an elf.
description to figure out what it is?
A what?
He hasn't given you a description.
Yeah, I did. It's
He is now.
it's
Having
bipedal.
deja vu.
It has long arms, furry, with horns on it. It's best
Like
I got.
him?
Yeah.
No.
Horns.
No.
Furry.
Yeah, not quite.
Prejudice.
Not quite.
Not quite like him. More ape-like.
Yeah, more ape-like.
I got a 2.
It's more like it.
So no.
No. What did you
Never
do?
seen
I got a
before.
2 to try to figure out what type of animal it was from his
Nope.
description.
You don't know.
It's just over that way.
I'll stealth up and look. Be on your guard.
We run. No.
Maybe it's just hurt.
It is hurt.
It's hurt.
Badly. And it's on the ground crawling this way.
Friend.
Those are cries of pain.
Why don't you all stealth and flank around and let
It's
me talk to
food.
it?
I've already walked into the woods.
You're gonna eat
Okay.
it though.
He is gone.
Okay. I'm gonna go the other way and you walk with me.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds right.
I'll flank this creature.
I'll openly just walk towards the sound. Say,
And
friend!
I'm also going to try to stealth.
Friend, we hear you. Do you require assistance?
There's a house.
I raise my shield.
We're stealthing up.
Yeah.
Plug that in for me. Just unplug this one. Stealth rolls for those of you who are stealthing. Yeah.
Woo.
Are you gonna roll twice? That works.
You're gonna roll twice.
I caught it.
Wait, what was that? A warm-up roll?
Yeah, that's the warm-up roll. I got a 12.
Thanks, Justin, for the
Yeah,
warm-up
exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
I got
Yeah, I'm not stealthing. I got a 10.
I got a 7.
We totally suck, which makes sense because Nakmar got no clue what's freaking snow is.
It's snow. I just like crunch, crunch, crunch.
Apparently, my
Snow.
charger
This
is
soft
crashed.
snow.
Is the frozen north like all places in the north where it like gets dark very early?
Very early.
There's only like 6 or 7 hours of daylight for the most part.
Something like that. As you come up, you see this large creature. It's ape-like. It has horns on its head. It's covered in white fur. And as you come up and you start to approach it, it just down into the snow and lies there. Doesn't move.
Oh no.
Ember, what do you do? We're all
do
waiting
it.
on you.
I'm just watching from 10 feet away to see what Ember does.
So I do not have something with white fur on it, but it is passed out here along that mound of snow.
It's like a bugbear.
Walk up to it and see if it's still alive.
Hey, we don't have
Check
minis.
its neck.
We still don't have minis. We need a lizard folk.
That's right. I keep
Oh, yeah.
forgetting about that.
I need a warlock.
Yeah, so I... friend, I don't think he speaks... I think he speaks like us.
Down.
Shall we see if he's...
Let's go check and see if it's alive.
Okay.
That one has a
Does he
spear.
look
You
very
check, I
does he
check,
look very
you check.
strong?
It's very ape-like. So I would say yes.
Yeah. Kind of like me, but not.
Well, I'd like to just start off by casting Spare the Dying on it. So I raise up my holy symbol and I just start saying, Salvios, Salvios, Glapalaisia, be with you. Come back to us. And I cast
Spare the dying.
Spare the Dying on it.
Okay.
And then I don't have to be next to it to do that. I think it's got range.
No, you got touch unless you're.
Is Spare the Dying?
Spare
Yeah,
the
I
think it's
only
done.
grave clerics.
Yep,
have
that is
it at
their
30
one
feet.
perk. You
Yep.
get to do it as a bonus action.
All right. We'll walk up to
Really,
it. then.
grave cleric, not the life cleric.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
Interesting.
they're
They're
Masters
the
of the
gateway
death.
between life and death.
So
stop
yes, I
We'll
do
walk
touch
up
the
to it.
symbol down to it as soon as we get next to it.
You approach the creature who is face down, lying in the snow,
Yep.
unmoving. His howling has ended. There you
Yep.
Oh yeah, I need a familiar.
are. Oh my god.
Sorry, dude.
Oh, I need this. I need that. Hold on.
I thought you were ready, DM. I'm just kidding.
It's like, I'm ready.
I'm sorry. I forgot to provide my players with their tools.
So I like crunch up as loud as possible with my 5
Zombie
stealth.
cow.
And I'm like, hey guys, can you tell what it is?
Spare the Dying is cast on the creature, and as you place your holy symbol on him and the spell takes effect, he unleashes a ready to action and turns and attacks you. Roll for initiative.
Oh, what a jerk.
Son of a bee.
What a jerk. 10.
11.
It's a natural 1.
Jesse's all like, it doesn't have to become that.
Post street combat.
I got a 4.
7.
It doesn't have to be combat. However, I just happened to roll for the Yeti who was playing dead in order to lure people in close.
It worked.
Yeah, I figured that was what was
We're
going
fighting
on.
together.
Yep.
That's the
Might
oldest
as well-
trick in the book.
Might as well as let you know it's a Yeti. That's not the oldest trick in the book. The oldest trick in the
Devils
book
always
is
do that. Evil Dead. They always wait for you to come up.
the oldest trick in the book is get help.
Get an axe.
Yeah.
Get help.
Yeah. My friend's been hurt. Get help.
Okay, I'm going. It's attacking me.
Yeah. ready to action. It attacks you.
Hold on, I can use my reaction, right?
You were not surprised.
Right. So I'm gonna use my reaction, and something new happens, but people aren't at the table, so they don't get to see it.
Fuck them.
All of a sudden, you see the eye open up on my holy symbol, and a flash of light blinds him momentarily. It's my domain feature, warding flare. So I use my reaction to give him disadvantage.
Nice.
Reaction to grant disadvantage when something attacks you?
Yes.
That sounds fun. That is nothing. Okay. Oh, no, wait. I have disadvantage. I'm not making a saving throw. Okay. Then he attacks you with disadvantage.
Yeah. And he's prone, right?
Yeah.
So I guess he already had disadvantage.
Well, now he has it once he gets it.
No, it's just one attack.
Oh, it's just one time.
19 to hit.
That's a hit.
With disadvantage. Tough guy.
Yeah.
Monster.
19 to hit as it rolls around and claws with one hand. Blinding light flashes it. It reflects and refracts off of the snow, glistening everywhere. Could probably be seen from space. But it slashes, gets behind your shield just a little bit, and a massive clawed hand kind of grasps and manages to pierce into your armor ever so slightly. You're going to take 7 slashing plus 3 cold.
Bottom. Yeah, I got a 1.
Oh yeah? That's right. I didn't ask for your initiative. Mooney got a 1. Taz.
I got an 11.
Nakma walked away. Ember.
7.
He's got
7.
4 plus
Familiar.
3.
Oh shit. That's right.
What are you rolling on the battle map for?
Sorry, bud.
Jeez.
14.
What does his die say? A 4? We're
Yep.
going with that.
Okay,
He walked away.
It's 7 to me.
Above you?
The same.
Same.
We both have.
Plus 3?
Yeah, plus 3.
All right. DM calls it.
That's fine.
We'll let Nakma go there. That was his reaction. That puts us in initiative. Familiar.
Familiar. Okay.
God, looks like Slimer. The
let's
worst.
see. He'll buzz up.
Making fun of my familiar?
Yeah. Just eating
Jesus, what is this thing?
Just like
It's
eating
invisible.
hot dogs and letting it go
Yeah.
through.
I thought it came in.
Poorly.
I'm about to say this.
You're about to. Nice.
Nice.
Let me double check its movement real quick.
Did we get all of our initiatives? I got a
Yeah.
7.
Yep.
Okay. I need to, let's see. Yeah, I'm rolling to attack.
Did he hit?
It's invisible, but I already have advantage, right? Because
He's on the ground.
he's prone, so.
Right now the Yeti's thinking, we're playing dead, not smart.
Almost one shot.
16.
For
Is it
real?
16 hit?
A 16. I believe that hits. Yes, it does.
Give me a con save.
Con save from the Yeti. Not good.
No.
12.
12?
Did we take a short rest?
Yeah.
You did.
Oh, fuck.
So he takes 7 damage from the sting. And he's going to take some poison damage too.
So, describe what happened just now.
I will. Hold on for me. So 6, 5 poison damage and 7 sting damage. So 12 total.
Go on.
Yeah, so that's all the damage. So you guys just see like this distortion in the air as it like flies up and past me, and you hear like make the noise, Jesse. The
I can't do it now.
yeah.
Flutter of the wings.
You guys hear that?
Nice.
And then just like this depression on the body of this creature, and then it just screams in pain and agony. And it At that moment, this like
the Yeti scream.
glossy blue scarab beetle looking creature just like rears up, mandibles like clicking.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like poison dripping from its jaws, and
Is it oily still?
Have we seen this
yeah,
yet?
it looks like glossy, like pearlescent,
sludge?
like a sheen. No, not sludge, like a
no.
sick sheen, like something so black it shines, basically.
Like in the
Gotcha,
moment.
Yeah.
gotcha.
Like
And,
oil that's been spilled in a parking
oil.
lot.
Exactly.
It's called iridescence.
Iridescence.
That's
And yeah, then
kind of those big words.
you just look down at the leg of this creature, and it's just like a nasty wound. It's just like pumping poison.
Swelling.
If you were a
Yeah.
classic barbarian,
Yeah,
I'd say you'd
he's
have
got
trouble
fur, though,
with
so you
it,
can't see
but
it.
you're not.
Right.
And
I'm like picturing Taz like explaining. It's like he's black and pearly, kind of like like when when this in Akma the 16 was like, you mean iridescence? Right? Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
With his stupid high intelligence.
and I guess he's gonna have to stay there because I can't. I don't want to risk a opportunity attack. But he's prone though.
He used a held action.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Metagaming.
He's
I was working it out. And then he's gonna use his last 10 feet of movement to go 5, 10.
I use my second reaction.
Yeah.
You didn't know those exist?
Second breakfast.
can.
They do. Some creatures have them.
Called legendary actions, yeah.
No, it's not even a legendary. Some creatures just. Never mind. We're not going to go into the Tiamat fight.
Tiamat.
Taz,
Tiamat.
it's up to you.
Okay. So now for me, I'm gonna need you to give me a charisma save, please.
Oh man, I was hoping you'd say high five, but okay. No, well, 3.
Still give you
Okay.
a high five.
Taz pulls out his blade, slices his hand with it. 3 times he sprinkles blood, and it goes farther than it even ever should, and it just coalesces into this big, huge blood drop and just drops all over this creature, and he is now baned.
Oh.
Coated in blood red as it splashes onto the ground and paints the area, staining the snow a bright sanguine. Monster
Baned.
stands up to his
a
full
bane
height,
ring.
imposing, standing tall and,
And I
up
duck
and
behind
over,
the log.
and immediately goes after Ember.
We need a bane ring.
Yeah, we need a bane ring.
Just for shits
Your
and
Bane
giggles.
ring.
Bane, ring.
A ring, bang, bang, a bang, ring.
Stop calling me bang!
The Yeti looks directly at Nakma, and
Yeah.
Constitution
like
saving throw. Oh crap! I picked a barbarian for that.
11? Oh, wait.
You're proficient in it, right?
Yeah, 13.
Crap. Okay. Yeah, you pass.
I have to remember that. I'm glad that's there.
Dang, that would have been cool. Next time.
Coolness.
Next time. Instead, he'll just use the rest of his turn to do 2 slashing attacks against Ember. The first attack, he's Bane. That gives him
Minus die 4.
The first one's a miss. The second one is a crit.
Whoa!
But it's not a crit.
It is a crit. It's a natural 20.
Another 20 on
It's
the
still a hit.
rolls.
It's just not a crit because I subtract from
You do,
the thing.
but I still rolled a 20
rolled a
on a roll.
Yeah, crit's a crit.
A crit's a crit.
As far as I know.
Bane does not stop crits
It
from ever
subtracts from
happening.
every die roll.
It does, which means that I've got a
We can look it up later.
a 16 plus.
I'm curious to see how that, but yeah. It's a crit.
It's
Take
in
it
the fine
outside.
print.
Crit.
It's in the fine print. The first attack misses you, scratches and gouges across your turtle shell. Not specifically the one that you wear,
Half shell.
just your old one.
You.
And but the but the second one, the next
is.
attack, as it knocks the shield down, he holds onto the shield enough to bring his other hand down, slashes, catches you from top ahead and
no.
into your face. You're going to take 7 slashing plus 3 cold. It sears and burns. Blood begins to form, but immediately freezes from the cold damage. Nakma. who succeeded in his throw.
He's going to rage. Nakmal's pissed. I'm sick of stuff. My ear hurts. I'm raging. Moving forward to attack this fool. Rage. And they have to make a... Where is it? I just lost it. A dex saving throw. Or take electricity damage. Just being in my aura. And there's my attack. 17.
That's a hit.
With
I love these clumsy first combat encounters when none of us really know our shit.
8 plus 4, 12 points of damage.
12 points
With
of
my
damage.
axe. And then if they gotta make a dex saving, what did I say? Dex saving throw of 13 or takes lightning damage.
Failed. Lightning damage, please.
1 point of lightning damage from my electrical aura that
So, Nakma,
absorbs my body.
you stand up and this thing stared at you and weird magical energy had come out, and then you just begin, your muscles bulge and flex, and you just go Dragon
And I
Ball
start
Z
sparking.
and like
Start sparking.
there's like a coil of like a Jacob's ladder just
Yes, for my sword, for
Between
my
your
axe.
horns.
yeah between the horns,
Yes, perfect. Because I got silver tips. Yes, silver tips.
and you rush up with axe ready. The axe sinks
Swing and
deep
hit him for 12.
into the Yeti and sinks into his flesh. The electrical energy coming off of you sparks out. Part of one of your horns just Tesla coils. It goes, strikes into him, hits him in the face. He's like, ow! I just flicked myself in the face to demonstrate that I hope
That was an
people
actual ow.
appreciate. Yeah. I'm like at recoil, like, why did I do that? That brings us to.
So when it's in my 10-foot aura, it takes electrical damage every round.
At
on
the
my
end of
turn.
your turn,
On my turn.
beginning of your turn?
Either one.
It's gotta
No,
be
it's
one
not
or the
either
other.
one. You figure that out. We're gonna
Can
use
you
a free
use
action.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
You can always use a free action.
I yell out to Ember, fuck him up!
Ember.
Yeah. I am going to disengage and run 30. Hop over this log,
Doesn't really say.
and that's my turn.
I'm out of here, dude. Sometimes
Mad
you gotta do
Mooney,
it.
you yell that out and you see Ember run away.
It's just a creature of my choice takes damage.
I say it's okay.
He's the only one.
I say okay. Just first team jitters. I wipe my face as hard as I can, and I run over to Ember. If I can make it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And I will feed him a healing potion.
Save your resources, man.
Xanathar's, Rick?
Why are you
I
wasting
have it
your
right here.
It is Xanathar's?
Yeah, it should be. Yeah.
Nice.
And
Good
4,
rolls.
8. 2d4 plus 4, right?
It just says creature within my
16?
10-foot area of my
No,
choice.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Nice.
12
I will open my mouth for that. Glug, glug, glug.
I'll turn around, I guess, and I'll push up my fist like this.
Put him up, put him up.
Right?
What are you doing?
Familiar. We're back up to the top of the round.
Okay. I guess he's gonna dart in again. Might as well. Looks like I've got some advantage here. Yeah, that's gotta be a hit, I'm sure. Give me a con save again.
I believe I pass.
-4.
That is correct. Still might pass. 15.
That passes, but he still takes 7 piercing damage from the stinger. or the mandibles.
So your familiar rushes up and flies, and what does it do?
It just rushes up and flies in, and his mandibles just latch onto the back of this thing's neck. Bite into
Find
it real
it.
quick.
Page 10. Sorry.
And,
Can't read the fine print.
yeah. That's what it does.
All right.
Moni, what is that strange thing that fights with us?
It looks like his familiar.
You look over at me, and my eyes are like a
bonus
fly's eyes.
Or
Just-
when I activate my rage.
Just like different angles and stuff. And I'm just like,
It's pretty obvious you're controlling it or
Yeah.
seeing through it.
yeah.
My grandpa's was a fighter.
So next round it'd be a bonus action. Right?
Is it my turn again? Or is it my turn now, I mean?
Yes, it is
okay.
Taz.
Okay. So I will, like, I've like got one arm out, right? And I'm like doing this motion, and I like bring up my other arm, and I'm like, and I use my attack through my familiar.
Oh,
Yes, another hit.
What is this? Spell attack? What do you?
No, I can just attack. I can replace one of my attacks with a familiar attack. So he just bites it.
Oh, cool.
bites once again.
Bites right back down on him, yeah. Sorry. So another con save.
Familiar crawling up the back of this Yeti. Just
Take out the knee.
fail.
Fail. Oh shit,
Big
I was
fail.
supposed to give you poison damage last time anyways. You're supposed to take half, but whatever. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 poison damage and 6 piercing damage. So 16 damage.
Nice job.
Yeah.
Okay. Monster.
And with that, the familiar disappears.
Familiar disappears, vanishes without a trace. Is it gone?
No, I use my bonus action to make it disappear.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Because you didn't remove it.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
He's
Familiar.
Yeah.
Disappears.
Oh.
Meanwhile, back to the monster. Immediately, it
I'm
cannot
smiling at it.
target the barbarian. Instead, it glares, sending a wave of energy towards Mooney. You catch a glimpse of it, and just a glint in its eye fills you with a sense of dread, and you need to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Mooney. Who's over there?
Yeah.
I know, I'm just thinking. Oh.
Natural 20!
Another 20 on the board! That's 4 tonight.
Nice.
It's a few. It's a few.
Love it.
That's 23
Love it.
total.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right on.
All right.
2 for
It does
John.
nothing. Just glint of energy in his eye, but
I wink back.
you shrug it off. Like, is this an intimidation with Yetis?
What is this?
Does this mean I'll kill you?
He tried to intimidate the guy wearing a dog mask.
For real. The Drake. Trying to intimidate the Drake.
You can't intimidate the Drake.
With that not, with nothing there happening, instead the Yeti turns its
awesome.
next 2 attacks onto the barbarian next to him. The first attack strikes against you. You need to roll with that die.
You get Shield of Faith.
Oh, I have a shield now, so my AC is 18.
Didn't you just use a
That'd
battle
been
axe?
hilarious if you couldn't run.
One-handed.
A one-handed axe.
Yeah, I just did it one-handed. It's versatile.
We can
Sorry.
let a game later if you want.
You think 17 to hit. What did you say your AC was?
Now.
Miss. Second attack. Also a miss. Both attacks strike and glance off of your shield harmlessly. The one that did get past your shield a little bit glances off your armor, and you are unharmed.
Yes.
That brings
I
us
kind of
to
glance at Ember and smile because he's got a shield. I like.
brings us to Nakma.
Nice job.
Nice job, champ.
My turn. Swinging away. 17.
Hit.
7. 11. And then that.
How does he die?
Oh.
Yeah!
Okay. this white, hairy creature that I've never seen before in my life takes one good, swift battle axe to the abdomen, and it sinks all the way in, nearly cutting him in half at the waist.
Oh.
And my axe is stuck in the spine.
Blood and gore squirt out, viscera begin to ooze and come out of their respective places. Then the Yeti looks.
Give it a kick to release my
Falls
axe.
backwards into the snow and just
You just yank it out after
begins sliding. Slides down the slope a little bit. Skunk. And then bumps into the trunk of a tree.
I excitedly run up to it.
What was that? My God.
He's completely dead now, right?
Completely dead.
I skid him.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Not fast.
Yeah.
Just get down to business.
Yes.
All right.
I want to make a Yeti coat.
What?
Cool. I thought it smelled bad on the outside.
Survival
Take
check.
a while.
I will cast guidance.
Can I assist him?
Auxilium.
Heck yeah.
I love what you're doing here.
Seems to me that this Yeti must have had a
Plus
lair
5.
somewhere. I will send my familiar
Oh,
searching
jeez.
for it.
So I roll it too?
No.
Perhaps we
follow
can
its
Roll with
tracks.
advantage because you're giving me
Yeah.
assistance.
Yeah.
12 plus 2 plus 5.
Yeah.
So
Enough.
yeah.
It's
19.
above 15. You were able to skin the Yeti. It is going to take you about 2 hours.
Okay. You guys down for the want me to do
Blood
this?
everywhere.
Yeah, I send my familiar
We can
to
just
try to
camp
find the
here.
Yeti's lair.
Yeah, familiar. Perception
Cook it
search.
Okay.
Can we eat Yeti?
Hey, is
You
that
can eat
like
anything.
a shack?
No. That's
Oh.
yeah, it's the Yeti Shack. There's hot girls and hot tubs.
Time.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, I love that. Have you heard Finn's rendition of that?
Finn's remix.
Yeah.
17.
Yeti.
You do not see a lair.
Looking down, do I see the footprints?
Yeti shack, baby.
Yeah, this Yeti has kind of like been moving this way and that. Yeah, you see that he's been in this area for a while, but the oldest tracks that you can see, it takes you just a couple of seconds to pick them out and see that he came from the forest to the side where the snow is not quite as deep underneath the tree canopy,
Okay.
and it just goes.
Into the forest.
Or
You can
ways.
follow it if you want.
Well, I mean,
No,
if
no,
we're going to be here
split.
for 2 hours, my familiar's going to keep looking.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Why
guys
don't
don't have
you-
to go.
We need to talk a little bit about that weird thing that's following us now.
Yeah, I imagine you all might be a bit curious. about
Yes,
this
but for
thing.
now, while he's doing his thing, Nakma, why don't you come
I look
with
back,
me
blood covered.
and send that thing with us, and can we talk to you through that? Little thing, what are you? I speak directly to it.
Yeah, I think it's flying away right now, isn't it?
Oh,
it's
it's-
like, in order to search the area, your familiar
Oh,
is
okay.
gone for a while.
His name is Zach.
Okay.
Can we keep
Why
this
have you waited till now to expose Zach to us?
I mean, no particular reason other than
You can put the
Zach
skull
is new to
on
me
your
as
hands.
well, and if it was to be a danger or somehow out of my control,
I can do that for you if you want.
I wanted to establish a
Yeah.
bond with it first.
That's a big ass skull. Yeah.
Yeah, you could use
It's
that.
a little
skull.
unnerving.
Yeah.
It was on a
Yeah.
mission
Oh right.
as well.
Okay.
Can I do
A
that?
failure.
Not right this
Yeah.
second. You can take the skull, I'm sure.
Okay.
My abilities at stagecraft are lacking, shall we say. I attempted to
That
manipulate
oiling
an elf.
ooze thing is yours?
What?
That oiling ooze creature is yours?
It's
The oiling
magnificent,
ooze
right?
creature. It's a magnificent desert scarab summoned from the depths of hell.
It's quite beautiful.
I agree.
Well, thanks, because I was gonna say you pulled that out of my head.
Really?
Right?
The oily, dripping creature. It's a reminder.
A reminder of the burning times.
What?
things
You
that's
just
happened.
call it that now?
The
His
living
ship
times.
exploded. That's not the right way to say that.
I remember the burning times. We were all there for that.
Can't be any worse than this thing in my ear.
I think it looks good.
So you
Don't
said
like
you
it.
saw this?
Didn't you? It was just right there.
No, you said you saw this before.
No.
You just said you saw this before.
No, I didn't.
You said it came from your head.
Yeah, from the nightmares in my head. The oil, and the fire, and the burning.
When your family's ship
Yeah.
exploded.
You know, you never told us what happened that night.
I don't want to go into details right now.
We went
Maybe
to
another
jail
time.
for it.
Yeah, we did go to jail
That's
for
not
that.
my problem.
We were executed
I
for it.
blew up. I don't even know you guys, and I met you in jail.
This is how a good friendship starts.
For real?
It's an odd time to crack up laughing, but
Brothers.
Yeah, your whole
Brothers.
family died, bro.
if you don't want to talk about it
I
yet,
don't. Not now.
it's understandable.
Later.
Why don't we see if we can track this thing to its
That's
home?
what I'm saying.
Can I use the club still, guys? It looks pretty cool.
The club?
Yeah, he's holding right there.
Oh,
He
yeah.
slashed us with his
Yeti.
claws, I
That-
believe.
Claws?
Oh.
No, yeah, he sees a club. There is a club to the side that the Yeti never got the opportunity to use, but it is clearly not snowed on, and it is the size of a horse's leg.
So it's a great club.
Let's
Size
just
of
say
a
that it's
horse's leg.
essentially a tree.
Oh.
It's huge, it's massive,
Okay.
and it's got to weigh over 100 pounds.
No, I can't use this. I kick it.
You hurt your toe ever so slightly.
All right. I use all the body parts of the Yeti. Cut up the meat. Set the head aside.
Did that thing have a tag on
Did it?
Yes,
Oh my God! Where?
in the ear.
Oh shit! He ruined the pelt. It's got this stupid elf tag on it now.
Just got the ear off.
I gotta cut the ear off.
It'll be alright.
That's terrible. I'm not cutting the ear off for this. Did the tag fall off now that he's dead?
No.
Disgrace us.
So while you're doing that, we're following the footsteps.
Okay.
Yeah. outta here.
You have
Check
the
it out.
trail. It's pretty obvious. I'm not going to make you do any check, but you're picking up like fresher footsteps right now of other animals.
Are there other Yetis here, guys?
I don't know, you're still skinning the thing. We're doing this as you're doing that.
So you guys remain behind, and
Taz and you and I are back there, but my familiar's with them.
You just see your like
Just
eyes
creepy.
backwards.
It seems like a weird place to go half an hour away from its home to just lay in the woods waiting for people.
Right.
It seems very weird.
The road,
We'll
though.
just hang
is
on the
all-
road.
Wait, I guess I could talk with you guys. Yeah.
Through the familiar.
But Ember, remember there's a road nearby.
Just comes out of his mouth. It's just like
Strange creature. I don't have any clue what it is.
yeah, its mouth just opens up, and the parts don't even move. It's just it comes out like a phonogram almost. So it's like,
I was thinking like the
but Ember,
drive-through speaker.
remember there is a road
I would just
nearby.
guess
Please pull
that
around.
There's got to be a cave.
Ember, there's a road nearby.
someplace.
Yeah.
That would be a guess.
Very sorry.
All I'm saying is that if this is common practice for it to set this trap, to live more than
It's so far away.
yes.
Should
Are
go
we
back?
getting close to like a hill or somewhere where there'd be a cave?
Deeper into the forest for miles,
Can we see foothills?
It's the Yeti shack.
miles away. It's miles and miles of forest.
All right, this is far
turn
enough. This is far enough.
Those things come off.
Yeah. It's cool,
turn
right?
back.
Yeah. It's like a fridge magnet.
It's awesome.
It's like vinyl. It's got a little heft to it.
Buying my own. This is a Kickstarter that my uncle got in on.
Nice.
Can't buy one.
I don't know. They might be available now. So this rock and battle map system is a immersive battle maps, and it's pretty darn cool.
Courtesy of
Euro
Euro Studios.
Studios.
Yes.
Watch out, almost- it folded.
All right then.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps we should head back.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
head back.
30 minutes out, following the trail, you turn back.
That's
Following your own trail back, you get there. And Mooney is still at work on the Yeti, still trying to skin away, get the bits of meat away from the pelt.
What do you do with a drunk in the backseat? What do you do with a drunk in the backseat? What do you do with a drunk in the backseat?
New meaning to there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and here you are. There is a head to a Yeti sitting nearby on a lump mound of snow with a elven tag in its ear.
At some point, I whisper a cure, and I just say, "Mother, help me out here." And I just do a level 1 heal.
All right.
My God.
This land is crazy.
Truly a nightmare.
I don't like it. It's cold.
First elves, now a Yeti. It's barely been a day and a half since we left the warm longhouse of the Jarl.
They never stop.
They just want what's left over. We'll just leave them the guts. They'll love it. I hear that
That's the best
crows
part.
remember people. You ever heard of that?
It's true. They
No,
do
I remember
people.
elves.
It's funny. They're conservationists, right? Those elves.
Right.
My parents were poachers.
So this is all your fault.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, but that's in the
Yeah.
Feywild.
With as much time as you are spending here skinning this Yeti, it actually takes up the remainder of your daylight. By the time you're finally done, you've got about an hour and a half of daylight left that you can actually move on the road if you choose.
Should we just camp?
So half an hour there, half an hour back. So
Yep.
we've been gone for an hour.
And it takes him 2 hours to
Okay,
dig
so I-
into this thing.
Take the rest of. Let's just take the rest of the day and make a
Okay.
shelter.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
let's
we'll
chop
spend
down
some
some limbs and build a rough
Push
shelter.
down some smaller trees.
Oh, like the birch.
I'll start using my
Make a leap.
my shell
Like we make
to
the birch houses.
to take the snow away
Yeah,
from an
we could do
area
something.
next to a tree so we can start making a shelter.
Yeah, then you gather up some stuff. Go ahead and give me, who's doing all this? Who's doing the work? Give me a survival check.
I will happily help.
You can aid somebody and give them advantage
Yeah.
if you are not
I
trained in survival.
believe. Are you both of you?
I'm working
survival?
17.
I am
working
not
on the
proficient in
Are you
survival.
proficient in survival?
Plus
Then I'll.
5.
Is this something I can give guidance through? Is it a
Yep.
skill check?
It's a skill check.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll
So-
give you guidance.
Okay.
So yeah, just one.
18.
18. Nice. Anybody else?
To roll?
Or are you
I'm
assistant?
not proficient in survival or anything,
Oh, okay.
so.
Would it
You can
ruin
give
the
him
pelt?
assistance.
trees.
Are you
Doesn't
rolling
matter.
survival?
Would it ruin the pelt to use it as a cover?
Not fully treating the pelt is likely to ruin it.
Yeah, because it'll freeze overnight. So we got to just fold it up. Okay.
I want to fold it up.
What?
I don't believe you want to fold up a pelt.
What am I supposed to do with it? Well, so it doesn't freeze.
You gotta
Into a
stretch
solid.
it.
Well,
and treat
one, it's gonna
Panic.
freeze unless you like.
Yeah, and
Cuddle
you're
it.
still able to like fold
don't
it
know-
up
I don't know how
until
to
you
do
bring
it.
it back home, right? I'm not a hunter, guys.
Lay it out flat. You lay it out flat.
in the snow. That's like the blizzard.
Yeah.
It'll freeze into like those pants. Like
No, you're gonna have to get some sticks up, and you're gonna have to.
Then I
lay it
get
out.
You know,
Then I guess I'll just do that.
Yeah, and get it by the fire or whatever.
you've got two options. You can
Yeah.
try to scrape
Yeah.
it clean and dry it out and treat it as best as you can by a fire, or you put it out and you let it freeze because it doesn't rot away when it's frozen.
Yeah. It's gonna turn into a giant like throwing star, with arms and a like a yeti head.
I mean, you just
Except
skinned
that
this
the-
giant
Frozen
creature.
carpet.
You're proficient in tanning.
Yeah.
The Yeti
So
was
you
also
know what to
cut.
do.
Yeah.
You have to
good.
remember also that
Yeah. I don't have to know this. Just like a bard doesn't have to know how to.
Play a guitar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just do this.
It's a survival check. You got it.
All right. So
Yeah.
how do we do on the
18.
Shelter
survival
making.
check?
Were you not making a check?
Oh, yeah,
Shelter?
I'll help him.
That's
I
what I
just,
was.
I was trying to see if it was able to use the hide
have
for a
advantage.
shelter.
That's
Yeah.
not bad.
He's assisting you. Advantage.
14.
There we go.
Plus 5.
Plus
There we
So it's a
go.
19 at least.
It's an
Nice.
18 and a 19.
With the two of you together, you actually do put together some snow shelters. No problem.
Nice.
You got it. Essentially it's a lean-to. It's a bunch of branches, and you've brought as many of the sentinel pines, the needles down, and tried to create a bed to elevate yourselves off of the cold ground as best as you can. With so much stuff nearby and the drier sticks that have fallen from trees underneath, you have a fire going and everything. It's comfortable enough that you can rest.
Okay.
And given the fact that you have been in heavy precipitation all day, you are wet, and the fire gives you the ability to dry your clothes.
Excellent.
So I just get naked.
Well, you don't have to get naked, but sure if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, so I...
Mooney's like, yeah, we're doing this.
Cool.
This is a survival situation,
I'm a
guys.
lizard. I mean,
Alright, so...
I'm a total. I don't wear pants.
yeah.
Well,
I have a robe.
we're all sitting there drying out. And,
I guess I'll just keep the loincloth just so I can keep it modest at least a little bit.
yeah, keep it modest, please. Yeah, we're all sitting there drying out, and,
I'm asking questions about your familiar.
How do you start that conversation?
No, I was just interrupting. That's
Yeah, I'm gonna
conversation
wait
is going
you,
that
you
direction.
tell me that. How do you line that conversation up, buddy?
So, do you think it would be odd if all of a sudden a small angel would be flying around near your shoulder? How would you
Odd?
feel about that? This theme looks devilish.
quite blessed, actually, to be honest with you, Ember.
Maybe one day.
I tell you, this place is truly a wonder, as much of a nightmare as it is. But
That's what we got.
the truth of the matter is, from what I can tell, Zach here comes from hell.
And you choose this familiar. It was your choice.
He's quite useful.
Could be a fish or a bird.
Actually, Zach, show him. And pff, he turns into a rat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it an insecty rat?
You care if I do it while they're talking?
Like, there's a weird hint to it.
Oh yeah,
Like-
so I got
like-
mandibles still.
Yeah. It's a rat, but it has like those eyes like a fly, multifaceted eyes.
Right?
They look like little gemstones.
Seems it's a strong ally. Did you choose it for its wide variety of powers?
Turns into a crow.
Oh my god, horrific crow monster.
Yeah. This time
It doesn't have ra- it
it's
doesn't
a
have
full-on
crow
crow,
wings.
except it has mandibles.
Oh god.
The beak opens
Yeah.
sideways.
But this power comes from a devil.
Oh, terrible. Let's go on.
The familiar disappears. Yes, Ember. The power comes from a devil. And the devil has revealed himself to me. It's the reason why I'm here, in fact, the reason why I'm no longer on Earth. Home. Why I'm in a Marth.
How long have you been here?
A year, maybe?
Do you have a devil on Earth?
Yes, actually, we have several.
Can you make deals with it?
Yes. Yes, but the magicians of Earth are terrible in making deals with devils. They often sacrifice much more than they meant to.
That's actually very similar to here.
Actually, which is why I'm here. I was part of a deal, I guess. I wasn't meant to come here. I was meant to go somewhere else. And instead, I show up here. Met my friend Mooney amongst the... What did you call them, Mooney?
The monks?
The monks of Weathertop?
Yeah.
I've heard of this place.
They're kind of Highlanders almost.
They are guardians of waypoints, passages, openings, and I came through one of them.
So did I.
You're not from Moth either.
Nope. Came from the Feywild.
Okay, but that's connected at least.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
It's like the Amorth, but more rich.
I'm familiar with the
Too rich. It's like when you eat a sweet and it's just like too much.
Sure.
Like that all the time. You didn't see elves?
Sure.
It's like that, but worse.
Sure. No, I'm familiar. I've never been.
Terrible.
We have heard lots of stories.
Terrible.
No, but nowhere along the lines of pacts with devils. Have you made such a pact?
I mean, a pact is loosely defined. I have made no promises.
I openly laugh.
However, I would imagine, much like anything in this world and others apparently, nothing is for free. And I have been granted a certain amount of power, it seems.
He asks too many questions. Give him little, but give him the truth. For he has a part to play yet in my grand scheme.
I'm like, why is this leaf talking to me right now? But
I mean, as of now, the devils aren't all evil. They have different parts to play, even in my lord's plan. There's clearly a reason that we're together.
I would agree, Ember. At first, I found you pious and annoying. And
Self-righteous, obnoxious.
Righteous, obnoxious. Wait, those are
Stop saying what I tell you, you fool.
Stop saying.
But now-
I tell you, fool.
Now I find you. Where I come from, there is another land, and they say a thing, and I find it to be true, that in every little bit of evil, there is a bit of good, and in every little bit of good, there is an evil.
Yeah? Is that me then?
They call it yin and yang.
We have lots of ideas such as that, yeah.
Truly. Well, then we are not so different after all.
That's I guess what I'm trying to say.
Would you like to hang out with my familia sometime?
Well, it's welcome to walk among us.
You want a finger sandwich?
All right.
Yeti sandwich.
Yeti sandwich.
TMI for me.
Well, let's wax more upon this some other time.
This Landis bread's just too dry. I feel the Yeti fat kind of really soaks into it enough to make it so it's like edible.
And so you rest overnight in your makeshift shelter. Shall we take a quick, less
Yeah.
than 5-minute break?
Sure.
Well, at least 5 minutes is...
It is 8:38 by my count, so we'll see what we can get.
Okay.
What's going on in chat? We got something?
I don't know, but we
got a lot of donations so far,
13
bits.
viewers, so
13 viewers. This will be only 5 minutes.
we will be super short.
Yep, 5-minute break.
Right back.
Get a snack.
Oh, wow. We're up to $80.
Get your finger
in our
sandwiches while you still
donations.
can.
show.
I don't,
Welcome back.
that might not have been 5 minutes,
Yeah.
but who's keeping track? Not the viewer.
Oh,
YouTube,
God, just opened
Twitch.
up a can of worms.
Oh,
What's
I
going
opened
on?
up a can of worms one
who's
time,
keeping track?
and
Packed.
nothing happened. They just sat there.
They sat.
Worms.
They dried up.
There one.
Hardly the chaos it was advertised to be.
Yep.
You're just opening up a new can of worms, buddy.
Cool.
Brought to you by Dad
Can
Jokes.
of worms.
They keep getting better the older you get.
I have been telling
They really do.
I've been telling dad jokes since I was like 13. I came across a book series called The Xanth series by Pierce Anthony, and like the
Yes.
entire series is puns. Nothing but puns. There was a Medusa, and she would serve cheese. What kind of cheese, you might ask? What kind of cheese? I'll tell you. Gorgonzola. Oh,
Boom.
yeah. It is hard to top that.
That is hard to top.
That is a. Anyways, we're back.
That's awesome.
We're back.
You wake up.
And it's like a, yeah, anyways.
It is late in the morning when the sun finally does breach the horizon and the light of dawn wakes you. It is cold. You have dried out as much of your winter clothing as you can. Your survival packs of woolen blankets and everything that you've been provided have kept you warm enough that you have rested throughout the night. The fires dwindle down to nothing. It is cold and completely ashen. The crows have been busy, as well as other creatures of the night, feasting upon the carnage of the Yeti not too far from where you currently rest. You sit up, you break your fast, and prepare yourselves for the next day. Like I said, everything is dried out. The weather took a turn for the better.
Yeah.
It
Very
is.
nice.
And we will leave that makeshift shelter where it's
It is just. It is overcast, very overcast. Occasionally, you might see a little wisp of blue, but it's right back to the gray tones. With
Just kinda lightens
so
up a
much
little
snow and the gray of the clouds, this land becomes somewhat less beautiful and more just starkingly contrasts of lights and darks, snow and shadow. And you press on.
Yes. I suggest we pick up our pace this time.
It would be nice to get to a city before
It really
the light
would.
breaks.
Yes.
I put my denim jacket back on. Sleeves are all tore off. It's probably not the best for snow.
Yeah, that is not the best.
Yeah, so I then put on the coat, and then I pick up our Yeti Star.
Yes. Well, I thought you tanned it over some sticks in the fire and properly.
Yeah, it's properly tanned now.
Yes. And that is well done.
Looks like it might need a few more days.
Yeah.
Stretched out.
And
Yeah.
Okay. Properly prepared then.
it's getting there.
I figured it froze like into a
Won't
big,
be right.
like sharp Yeti
Cool.
star.
It's a kite.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, a kite. That's a
Hell
big
yeah.
one.
Yeti
Just
kite.
big fingers, like this. It looks like it's like. It looks like he's giving you a hug.
Carrying it on your
Nice.
back. He's a big old Yeti.
It's just like the top part from like the waist up, because that's where Nakma chopped him in half.
Yeah,
As we're walking.
at the waist.
Right.
So, now that we've seen combat a few times, we should maybe work out some tactics. I generally will never be in the front like that. That was a mistake. I would much rather be in the back and heal you if you fall, and fire from the back.
I appreciate that, by the way. Like when you heal me.
Of course. So if you see me running away like that, there's no need to run to me. Just fight and I'll heal myself. It's fine. I have lots of healing potential. We don't need to waste those precious vials.
I don't know. I just feel like I kind of owe you. You know.
Well, you can own me by killing the monsters.
I'm just saying. It's like last time. Yeah. I didn't show it, but I almost
got that covered.
pieced it. Pieced out right there.
Yeah, I've seen some unconscious people before.
You know,
You're welcome. And of course you do the same for me.
Yeah. Thank your God too, like Agapolesia. Thank you.
of all the
She's
wonders
with
of
us.
this place, the healing is the most miraculous to me.
Do you have gods? I mean, you told me the devil.
There are devils, there are gods.
They
there
give
are-
this kind of power.
No. The power...
But do some believe?
Belief is a funny thing. Yes. There are some where I come from who must rip the power from the devils. And that is how I have found myself here, because they are not that proficient with it. But then there are some where I come from who worship gods such as you all claim, and these gods grant them no powers, no mercy even,
No miraculous healing of any kind.
no miracles, no wonders. There are tales, there are legends, but there are no healers like you, Ember. Not where I come from. But there is suffering, much like this place.
There's suffering almost everywhere. But we should focus more on tactics for a moment. So that's I will always run and shoot from far away. That's my goal. I don't want to be in the front.
You should do that too, Taz.
It is not wise for me to be close in battle.
But if something does come close to me, you saw my flare. I don't actually have control over that.
Oh no.
My lord flashes a bright light if something tries to strike me.
Okay. Very well.
Oh, like a shield of faith.
No, more like just enough to blind something. I mean, if you wish, you could try and strike me, and you could find out.
I like that idea though. It sounds cool. Just calling it like your shield from your faith.
Well, it comes from my symbol and just blinds anyone who tries to hit me. So anyway, what I was trying to say is, if you were running and I am running, then just stay next to me. That way, if we get flanked, I can take the brunt of anyone attacking us.
You know, something similar happens to me when I am attacked.
I saw the fire.
Yes. It's a little
I
different.
never asked, but it causes damage.
That's cool when your head
Yes.
turns into a flaming cow.
I make them face their fears when they attack me. Many people cannot handle that. It causes them great pain. A fire inside. But I agree with you, Mooney. When it comes to combat, I should stay back. But if I do need to get in close for any reason, I do have Zach.
Yes, he is quite efficient at causing damage.
Yes, he's a nasty little bugger, isn't he? I was actually quite impressed. He's quite a friend. He took a long journey for me.
Ember, you stand behind me and I will keep you safe. Same with you, little human.
Yes. And if you
Thank
stand
you.
behind me, I'll keep you safe too.
Young
Stand
Mac
next to
Mom.
me, the Drake.
Brothers.
Yeah.
The Drake and the Bull.
I like it.
All right.
Tag team champions of the world.
I'm thinking of this like new sport. I was wondering if you might want to
Some
join it
sports?
sometime.
What is it?
Yeah.
We'll talk about more when we get to Florida.
What's a sport?
Oh shit.
You've all heard of baseball then?
Come on, we have wrestling.
Yeah, right?
What do you mean? It's nothing new. It's your fighting style.
Yeah, it's free fighting though.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little different than I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's not as like technique like most fighters, right? It's a little sloppy. I'll admit it. Got a pretty sloppy fighting style. Yeah, I thought Drakey that one time would help, but no, didn't help very much at all.
More practice.
Is it
Yeah.
sloppy on purpose?
Maybe it's
or
timing.
Are you mastering it?
I'm getting better. Come on.
Maybe it's a timing thing.
I totally am gonna get faster and stronger, but you know, it's gonna take a while for technique to really.
So do you just need one of us to like take the lead, and then you just figure it out as you go?
Well, I can take the lead. I mean,
Okay.
I can take some hits. You know, I'm tough. I'm everywhere. Everything. I can jump in the air and hit people. I can run away from them really fast. I can grab somebody and run away with them.
Do you think those
Where
skills
the hell
will...
were you when we got shot with them darts?
Oh, I know, right? Yeah, I can usually catch those if I see it coming. Yeah, if I can see it coming, then I can
More
usually catch
practice,
it.
I think.
Yeah,
Practice.
yeah. It's almost as if they were like invincibly strong with those darts.
Did you have a bug in your mask eye, maybe?
Yeah, the wind was in the way.
Yeah.
as I didn't even see it at all out of character.
At all.
At all. Yeah.
And so you trudge on across the road for a good portion of the day.
Sure, we're just talking about combat.
Yeah. The road conversation keeps the road being from as dull as it normally is. After so long, not too long in the morning, you come across a bridge. Looks pretty typical. It's stone, it's mortared, crosses a somewhat wide river with pylons that, is it a pylon? Stanchion, a leg, part of the bridge that comes down and arcs into the river and then up and over, and it spans this pretty wide river.
Okay.
Before you finally make it to the other side. Nothing out of the ordinary, and the morning continues on. It's not until you get much later in the day, you're traveling, and as you do so, you come across, once again, along the side of a forest. The sound of trees kind of creak. The familiar sound of ice being disrupted
Like in the trees?
amongst the trees.
Is it dark?
How far off are they again?
It's about noon. It's about lunchtime.
Oh, it's always at lunch. It's like they
I'm
know.
gonna stop.
Things get hungry
Stop and listen.
around lunchtime.
It sends you
clever.
back. Not so much back, but the time that you were actually sent forward. That it sounds similar to the sound of the ice and the snow falling off roofs from when you came across the unusual ice
When we
creatures
first got here.
that disguise themselves as icicles.
Oh, shit.
What do you know,
I
Nakmo?
hear this sound before. When we were in town, those creatures.
Were they mephits?
Creatures of ice?
Is that what they
Yes.
Ice devils.
Yes.
Another type of devil.
Not your friends?
Not my friends, no.
Good.
Well then, what shall we do? Move along? Or eliminate the threat?
I say we keep moving and keep our eyes peeled.
Can we just sprint through here? I mean, if we're fast enough, we can just get away.
Good.
I am.
I can take the
Just try to
six.
keep moving until we can't move any farther.
I've been waiting a long time to use some of my abilities.
Are you itching for a fight, Ember?
It feels kind of good.
Okay, so
I just had to run that last time.
we're gonna ambush him this time?
It'd be nice not to get hit a few times before I can do anything. Yeah.
I'm down for a good scrap.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Alright.
I haven't barely spent any of my resources this whole trip.
I make my familiar pop into existence, turn invisible, and buzz off. I want him to do a perception search. About 30
I sure hope it's
along the way.
You got any more ice
elves.
maps?
We can do the same one, but just decorated differently.
What's up, Badger?
How about
Badger, finally join us.
Yep, Badger's along for the ride now.
Nakma?
What about part of
We'll keep a lookout while
the
he's
last boss
looking
fight?
through its vision.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a
exactly.
bunch of snow and trees and stuff?
Yeah, hold on.
This stuff over here. Wait, these are
Your eyes roll back whenever you look through his
Bullshit.
vision.
Yeah, just
They don't so much roll back
printed out.
as
This
when I
one
look
looks
through
good.
my familiar's eyes, they sort of like, and they become big, bulbous, like
Oh my god,
flies.
it's so creepy.
Eyes.
Oh no.
Bulge out your head.
Oh, he switches eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible. So he like sees through what you're seeing.
Yeah, and my familiar's eyes become eyeballs.
Oh no. Oh, it's terrible.
So you get fly eyes.
Yeah.
Yo, those eyes are fly.
I'm just.
Yeah, let's use that because I don't have any more. I don't have any more ice maps for
That's
some reason.
perfect.
Wait.
Yeah, so I'm just like,
Yeah. It's totally
my little
normal.
cup of
This is what my
creatures
grandpa
It's
does
right there.
all the time too.
Creature cups.
It's terrible.
A cup of creatures, he says.
My cup of creatures.
Not a couple of creatures, but a couple of creatures.
yeah,
Who said what now?
we fought a Yeti. It tried to trick us. We took
It
it
played
down.
the dead trick and
Yeah.
we bought it.
It
And,
did like
you know,
22 damage to me in one round. I almost died.
And then, like, and then
I wasn't aware of
Nakma
that.
killed it.
I didn't realize
Because
that.
I almost died.
Yeah, we're,
Silver tip stud struck.
yeah,
Killed it.
Fucking murdered him.
we're still on the road to
Felt good.
Fiorda, right?
We've got a wicked Yeti pellet working.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a
Working
Yeti
towards
coat.
the-
Now.
working towards the
Yeti
sweet
coat in making.
A
Freezing our ass off.
Still level
Yeti
3.
coat. Still level 3.
I could use it as my disguise for when we go into town.
Because a Yeti is better than a lizard man?
Well, it'll cover up my whole body.
Feel free to donate to the American Heart Association. We're up to
We have
80
these
bucks.
dope ass cloaks now from
Very
New York.
exciting.
Yeah,
I don't have
I actually
4
haven't.
critical rolls tonight.
That's
4.
right. I haven't put it on the milestones yet because honestly, I wasn't sure we were going to get there, but it's looking like we probably are going to get to either 95 or 100 mark. So I asked Jesse what he wanted as far as a milestone, and I guess we're working on logistics, but what his idea was to provide us with a challenge rating, and we get to pick the monster
We
for
pick
the
the
next
monster.
session. So if we get to 95, I guess, and then we'll do something else for 100, I guess. But 95 will unlock where we get to choose the encounter. So that should be pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm ready to pick something that's gonna try to kick our asses,
Yeah.
dude. I'm ready for it.
I'm gonna look at the loot tables. And just,
Yeah. Weird.
We never get loot in this
Right.
campaign, anyways.
Look
Yeah.
at the cursed items tables.
Plus, when we do, we just give
Yeah,
away.
seriously. Yeah, we
Which cursed item do you want this round?
last campaign we didn't get any items until the end of the first tier, and then they were all cursed.
Right.
So
That's how Jesse told us too. Oh, and by the way, they're all cursed.
They're
Okay,
all
see you next week.
cursed.
Curses. I like it.
Oh, you lost it? You're still cursed.
Oh God!
Still cursed.
I don't want any items.
Like, oh, okay.
Fine with no items.
Yeah, we don't want that.
What else did Badger miss?
I think that's about
That's
it.
it.
Yeah.
You're trudging along the path through a heavily forested area.
We're still pissed that we got tagged.
My familiar is making a perception search about, however, it's ahead of us.
Yeah, we're stopped and
It's ahead of you.
watching him.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
invisible.
That's fine. Ice methods don't care.
About invisibility.
No, they don't care about anything.
Oh.
Funny thing about ice methods,
Well, we weren't moving up. I thought we were letting.
They're kind of like bees.
You weren't.
You don't bother
Sounds.
them, they won't bother you.
They have a
were not. You were not moving up. You were right there. You know what? I don't think I have enough of these.
Trying to
Let's go ahead
stay
and
on
take a
the
look here.
trail. Because we knows what happens when you don't stay on the main road.
No, I mean ice
Little one
methods.
guy.
My ice methods are interesting. They
I like this guy.
That's me.
But we were looking for him. Nah, it doesn't matter.
What the?
But I did a perception search and rolled a natural 20. Nope, don't care.
It's a little flying frickin' mind flare squid dude.
That's Cthulhu, bro.
I know.
It's baby Cthulhu.
Somehow we've angered the gods.
I don't think he has arms though. That's okay. I like it.
You know what, Rick? Cthulhu doesn't think you have arms either. So
I know.
I don't believe in Cthulhu, so it doesn't
No, the
exist.
correct response is Rulak Nach.
For real.
That's how you protect your sanity.
Is this right here?
Yeah, that's a ward.
I believe it's Relay Knock Fatagan.
Wow,
Something
see,
like that.
he knew.
Cthulhu for you?
I tried to figure that language out.
I was pretty
Oh, wait.
close.
Abysmal
No, that's the wrong guy. Get outta here.
was easy.
What
the
what are you
hell,
talking
bro?
about?
No, you don't.
His,
you don't get to
his
fly.
guy's
I fly
fine.
too,
Get that Sonic out of here.
man.
Sonic imp over here.
It doesn't look like I have any more of those flying ones.
Wow, imagine that. Just yeeted me off of the one that you put me on.
No, like I got
Baby
part of
purple
it, but like
dragon.
the middle part's gone. Anyways,
It's okay.
they break
It's an
their
Australian dragon.
illusion that they have going on
Kelpie dragon.
and proceed to try and attack you.
What is
Roll for initiative.
Oh, these
So what was their illusion? They look like icicles?
They look exactly like icicles, and I guess I'm just gonna let you know.
It's 18.
Handbook says they are indistinguishable from icicles as long as they are in that appearance.
As long as they're not moving.
Yeah,
real.
as long as they don't move.
That's
Which
like,
means
But they're moving.
Yeah, there's no check.
ropers.
they're moving now. That's why you're rolling for initiative.
Yeah.
Ropers have that. So
Trippy.
do those cave.
Yeah, Roper's had
Yeah,
it.
which means that you could walk right over there and like be climbing on it and not
Yeah.
even know it until like yeah,
You
Roper
put your hand in its mouth.
Look at how surprised Moody looks.
All right.
Initiative. What do we got?
I love it. 21.
21.
Chad's got a 19.
On fire.
Familiar.
Got an 11.
That's a fast cleric.
Yeah, +3.
And
No armor.
not going well for me already. Mad Mooney.
6.
Amber.
21.
Would you get Nakmo?
14.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard Nakmo say 21.
What'd you get, Mooney?
6.
Oh, shit.
It's like one of the first times we haven't matched initiative orders in a while.
Yeah.
Like, we've been...
You rolled a 4. I
Yeah.
rolled a 4
Yeah.
last time. Somebody else rolled a 4, and last week we had 3 5s.
New music. All right. I think it is
Weirdest
anyways.
thing, anyway. The weirdest.
These icicles, as you're trudging through this part of the forest, begin to unfurl themselves in small ice wings. Just, and as they twirl and hang on with one hand, they hang upside down and then drop down until they're right up above you. And you see these 4 familiar creatures. What was the one time, now are hanging from branches of trees, and they look down at you. A malicious smile crosses their face, teeth of ice grinning. And they immediately take flight.
Bastards.
But you have time to react. Amber, you are the first to respond to this new threat.
Let's do this. Mother, let's do it. Boom! I hold my symbol up and you just see a globe of bright white light grow 30 feet around me. So it should hit all 4 of them. They need to make a constitution save? Yeah, constitution save. This is the light divine domain ability, channel divine ability.
Constitution save for 30 feet around you, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely going to hit them all. Because that's 20.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got it. Constitution saving throw. For blue, we got a pass. What do I have to beat?
18.
Yeah, I got
No,
a pass.
I'm not. I'm sorry.
I was
13.
like,
13.
What?
13.
yeah.
18.
13.
13. For red, we got a fail. For stinger, we have a fail. And for purple, we have a fail.
3 fails and a pass?
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's 13 damage and 7 if they passed. Radiant.
Wow, bro. So, which 3 failed?
We have red failed.
Krowski.
We have stinger failed, which is that one I named there. And we have purple failed.
So this is red,
That's red.
and is that purple?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's blue. He succeeded.
Yeah, do you see how I named them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
because you
can't
know.
tell what color that one is. It looks silver from here.
Are you colorblind? Okay.
No, it just
His
looks.
face.
No, it's fine. It's whatever. No judgment.
No, it's like the wrist pieces. Like, they look black, but they're actually purple.
It's Michael.
And with that, I will take a couple steps towards
You
Nakma.
said how much on a pass?
7.
Okay. And 14 otherwise.
16.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so then it's 8. Yeah, sorry. I thought it was rounded down, but it's actually right on the middle. 8. 8 if they pass, 16 if they fail.
Got it.
How high up are they?
10 feet.
Nice. Well, it's 50 damage.
It is. Yeah. Wow. Damn. Not bad.
Perfect
No spell slot.
positioning. Jeez.
So sad.
Just damn.
Taz.
All right.
Taz. That brings us to you.
Okay. With that in mind, I'm going to let off a nice little Eldritch Blast at blue.
Yeah.
Nice.
18.
Hit.
Hit.
Nice.
7, 8, 9, I believe. Let me double check though. Yeah, 9 damage.
9 damage to blue.
9
as
force
you
damage.
pull your hands back and let loose a bolt of eldritch energy Your Eldritch Blast courses through the air, strikes blue. Ice shatters apart from it. You see the creature roll back. It even does like a backward somersault in air before it catches itself with its wings. Got it. Okay. Nakma.
I am going to reposition myself so I am over here in front of Embers with my whoops. Don't mean to
You're gonna trip Taz
Yeah,
and sidestep.
Excuse me.
Stop it. I'm gonna like try to get in front of both of these with my and use my shield and just kind of hold a defensive position against these three with my shield.
So you're gonna take the dodge action?
Yes.
Okay.
And protect my friends.
Okay.
Because
Familiar.
I can't reach these
Familiar.
freaking people, creatures at 10 feet away.
He comes dive bombing and just all 6 legs and mandibles just tackles the blue right in the air. 19.
19 is a hit.
Okay. Con save.
Con save. Fail.
Alright, so that's 5 piercing damage and 7, 8, 10, 12 poison damage, so 17 damage total. As-
17 damage.
Yeah, he just grapples onto him.
Dexterity saving throw from your familiar.
Dexterity saving throw from my familiar.
Come on.
I gotta pull up his stats. He has a high dex bonus.
Is he proficient in it?
No.
You want me to print you the familiar?
Yeah. Oh, 7.
No, not gonna do it. Your familiar sees the creature, locks on, dive bombs in, stinger at the ready, and crashes into the ice method.
Nice.
It explodes in the force, and as it does so, shards of ice explode off in all directions, leaving behind what look like little smoke trails almost of icicles, just
That's cool.
shattering off in all directions. Your familiar will take exploding ice damage from that.
And this one's dead.
4 slashing damage,
4 slashing.
and the ice method dies.
He takes 4 slashing damage?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Cool. He's still alive.
The remaining 3 methods see what's going on. They take their turn.
Use the stack. We'll put his on it.
The first method flies down.
Yeah, now who's flying?
Flying out, bitch.
Can't kick him off now.
First method flies down in this direction, about here, and exhales a cone of cold. Washes over the 3 of you, and I need you 3 to all give me a
Look at how neatly
DC
bunched we are.
dexterity saving throw.
About
9.
10. That's not enough.
Fail.
What'd you get?
6.
21?
Jesus.
I'm trying to
You're a
like,
monster.
use my body and my shield to protect these 2.
You take 2 frost damage. You take 2 frost damage. You take 5 frost damage. The next one, as he does that, he
Hang on.
flies back up into the air.
Was it red?
That was red.
I reach up, throw back my hood.
Oh, yes.
My head just turns into the visage of a bleached white skull, and my eyes glow flames, and they just lance out straight towards this method, and he has to make a dex save.
When you have to make a save, because this wasn't an attack.
It's whenever I take damage.
What is it?
You point your finger, and the creature that damaged you is momentarily surrounded by hellish flames. Must make a dex save.
What? Right. What is the first part? The
One
condition.
reaction, which you take in response to being damaged by a creature within 60 feet of you that you can see.
Okay. Yeah. I have to make a saving throw. You say?
Yeah, dex save.
Being damaged
I
by a
passed it.
creature. That's very vague.
It'd still take half. But. And that's not bad. 12, 12, 13. So 8 damage.
What type?
Fire.
Oh. Red.
Vulnerability.
Yeah.
It explodes and shatters and disappears, leaving behind a cloud of icy dust.
Red. I pull
Yep.
my head back up, and when I look at you all, my face is normal again.
Yeah.
The other two here, seeing what just happened, are
fucking
like, "Ah!" One of them casts a spell,
Oh shit.
and as it does so, the world around you just, as the ice kicks up and flurries around you, and everything goes gray, and you cannot see any further than 5 feet in front of you. As it casts fog cloud. The next one swoops in and attacks the same area again from this direction and tries to take you from that way. And it does its frost breath attack.
Roll a save.
If only I had reach.
Oh yeah, it's not darkness, it's obscurity, bro.
That's what I was wondering.
I know you.
Trying to see through this shit, dude.
You were not seeing through this
You
shit.
don't have blind sight. You can just see in the dark.
And with that, I'm going to... Yeah. So, what was your check? DC, dexterity save.
All of us need to roll it, right?
Yes, for the frost
failed.
breath.
11.
That's
20.
a pass.
17.
That's a pass. 2 damage, 2 damage, 5 damage.
Shit.
Both of the
Five.
methods take the rest of their movement to fly up 10 feet more, putting them 20 feet up into the air, leaving you obscured in a fog cloud.
Hey, wait, how low is the fog cloud?
That was an excellent question.
Did you say
Yeah.
20 or?
Where's my...
Was it
No,
fog
that's-
cloud spell?
Yeah, fog cloud, the spell.
I think it's 30.
30 feet.
Yeah. That's pretty big.
But
Is Mooney in it right now?
he possibly could be. It is centered on Nakma, so...
Yeah, I'm in it if it's 30 feet.
Right, just like my ability was.
That's the whole
It's
map.
20 feet radius.
It is on that.
I think you're still in it, aren't you? You were still in it. It's
Barely.
centered on Nakma.
He's on the border. 20, yeah.
These guys aren't.
So,
Yeah.
5,
This guy,
10,
if he's up, he probably isn't either now.
20-foot radius. Right.
Yeah.
you're in it.
You're in it. I don't want to urine it.
You're fucking in it, bro. Damn it.
I need to urinate it.
All right, Mooney's turn.
It is Mooney's turn.
Awesome. So,
Mad Moody.
I believe purple is the right? Is that what this one is?
That's
Other
Stinger.
red? Other red?
Yeah, the other red, Stinger,
right.
and then purple, and they are both 20 feet up in the air.
Okay. I will step 10 feet out of the fog cloud. Does it look like I feel like I walk out of it?
Walking 5 feet gets you
Yeah,
out
I
of
think
the
you're
fog
here.
cloud.
Okay. Yeah, so like you see like anybody from the outside perspective would just see 2 hands stick out like claws, and then like the rest of my body comes out.
Here's Mooney.
Yeah, I look around and I can see the overcast sky. Can I see him from the outside? Because he's now 20 feet up, right?
Are you outside of the fog cloud? Mm-hmm. Then you can see him.
Awesome. I am going to use my Step of the Wind to jump 20 feet in the air and whack him with my spear.
You can jump 20 feet in the air.
I can double my jump, and it's 24. So actually, I go 24 feet up in the air, and I whack him.
Do you take falling damage from this?
No.
Really? You can jump 20 feet straight up and not take falling damage. What is that face you're making?
No.
Because he's a monk. He just.
They get
No, I
no
would,
falling
I would
damage
probably
later.
take falling damage later. Yeah, I would take falling damage.
You fall immediately, so...
Oh, that sucks, man.
Yeah.
Well, I know that I take falling damage, right? And I'd probably die from getting
You
hit by
have
2d6s.
chosen your action. You can't change
No, I
it
would
based
die if
on...
I did
die
that
from 2d6?
almost. Yeah, dude, I only have like 25 health. So I couldn't
So
do
max
that.
12.
You don't know that. You can't change
Yeah, I
your
do know
action.
that if I jumped 2 stories, I wouldn't be able to land. Throw a boomerang at him. Take my boomerang, yo.
Why would they give you that? You'll take fall damage.
It's
For
not meant
later.
to go
It's a
straight
natural-
up.
Not really
It's a
meant to
natural
work
one.
like that.
It's a
Yeah,
natural
that
one?
way.
Yeah,
But no, monks
fucking
eventually don't take
soars.
fall damage. Slow fall at 4th level.
Yeah, eventually.
The method sidesteps a little bit in the air, and your boomerang just disappears off into the tree line, and you have to listen for it. And as you're listening, you can hear it coming back through the fog cloud, and you just barely no, and you catch it just as it emerges from the fog.
Holy shit.
Did you miss?
I got to roll a natural one. So I miss on my boomerang, and I can't reach him. So I guess I will use my key point to use Patience Defense and stand out there and put my fist up and get ready. That's the end of my turn.
End of your turn. Ember.
Hearing what would be combat sounds. I'm gonna go 10,
The boomerang soars
20.
just over your head.
30, and look around. Do I see the two targets?
You obviously see them.
You hear Ember start to chant. What is it? Vexilium, Radium, Igni, and 3 bolts come out, searing. What is it?
Searing flame?
Scorching ray.
Scorching ray. Ah.
So I do attack rolls. Did I notice whether both these made their save on my original attack? Or is there one that's more damage or less damage?
You don't know.
Okay. Alright. I will start on this side. I have to target, so I'll do 2 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I don't know. So this is the first one. Oops, that's cocked. That's 10. Probably
Miss.
There
That's a hit.
So
Next one.
it's, yeah. And that's 13.
Hit.
Oh.
Is it 3? I think it's
3d6 across the board.
So that's
9.
9 on the first shot. And
Do you roll the
7.
damage for each one, or you just roll the damage and it's
Each ray is its own set, I think. Yeah.
Sure, why not?
So 9 and 10.
Fire damage.
Yeah, I think one and the other. Both fire, yeah.
The fire rays strike them, pierce into the ice method as they fly in the air, just as they're about to open their mouth and expel another frost breath, and the fire causes them to shatter. They rapidly heat up and explode, leaving behind mist and ice.
Both of them?
I have a crazy grin right now. I'm so happy I got to blast those things with fire. 2 down, fellas!
I believe that's all of them.
Oh, that's you.
Pull the fog
That's my
cloud list.
I'm gonna kill him! Oh.
Quick, get it! No. And the fog dissipates.
Nice.
The fog dissipates.
Sweet.
Oh man, did you guys see me hit that guy with that boomerang? Oh, it was great.
It's a beautiful shot. You softened them up.
Yeah. I think it was probably the best throw in the whole game. But man, that fire burst at the beginning, that was beautiful.
You say so.
It's the light of my lord.
Yeah.
It's you talking about that's pure sunlight, my friend.
That's the good shit. Like I feel like I got a little bit more vitamin D in my diet now.
Absolutely. That felt great.
It was quite good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got a little bit of tan there.
Yeah,
Can you tell?
A little bit of sun in this frozen wasteland.
it's nice.
I feel like
I
a
don't-
little warmer now, and I can like
Just
move
gonna
around
turn around
faster.
and keep moving
I
forward.
don't think there's much that can cause us much harm.
Is like is
Anything my lord puts against us, I think we'll be alright.
God, I like that warm light, guys.
It's like the whole forest in a 30-foot radius, just like the snow's melted. We can see like the
yeah.
forest
From the
floor and
sunlight.
stuff.
I mean,
How cool would
everything.
that be?
Oh, everything within 20. Actually, it's only foes, but
It's
yeah,
like
it's
bones.
radiant.
It's like bones
It's a
of some
radiant
guy.
globe. So, however you want to.
What's the temperature?
It's sunlight.
We've been hidden by snow for
It
years.
did 16
5,000
damage.
degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, the surface of the
4
sun,
billion
man.
degrees.
I don't know.
It did damage, and yes, the snow on the surrounding trees is melting. You can hear water drops as it drops from the trees. All of the icicles have shattered and fallen to the ground, and the trees themselves, the branches, you can see that there is a circle of greenery from the exposed pine.
I'm gonna push over a couple small trees over the path just to be an invasive species.
Oh, can I find some spices on the road?
Stomp around.
Oh yeah. Anything like that was covered by snow that we could see now, like edible?
Yeah, anything edible?
Survival check.
Vegetation.
I'll forge for that shit.
That's a great
Any
idea.
other victims of these ice
assist you.
methods?
13? Oh, shoot.
Plus 5.
18?
This is where I really wish Guide to Wayfinding and Herbal Grimoire of Amarth.
Yeah, but we're gonna read it now because we hate him.
I recognize that name. I hate that guy.
Andrew's never met him.
Wait, there's an elf out there named Face Trillion? Oh man, we should find this guy.
What a
who wrote this
coincidence.
book.
Yeah, it says on this tag, made by Fresh Trillion.
It says that in Elvish?
You read Elvish?
Oh my gosh!
You're one of them.
That was perfect. Damn it, I got a beard on to me. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then there's Dan over there like,
So
can
we
we get
loot
back
the
to the
corpses
game?
and get all the gold, right?
Yeah,
This is a game.
I don't read
read Elvish.
This is ice, right?
I don't read
Are there like meat marks that are ice on the ground?
No,
The
there's
tabs, I like your idea,
they
though.
explode and leave
Yeah.
nothing behind but elemental ice.
Perhaps there are victims.
Can we use it? Like
Methods
the
around.
dust or
Yeah,
something
maybe
like that?
others. Yeah, I'm willing to look around.
Yes, let's search
Is
for
there
other
any Memphis
victims,
dust
perhaps.
in here?
Okay.
Memphis.
Other victims.
Memphis dust.
If they're attacking people on the road, there might
The
be
mephit
bodies.
dust has already settled and dispersed. You would have to be more ready to collect it if
Oh,
you were.
start snowing it up off
dust?
the ground.
Yeah,
Is that such a thing?
It's a good.
The good stuff.
Yeah, you do a good line of that stuff and you'll be going for a
Some
day.
method dust.
Some
It'll
odd,
rot your teeth,
odd happenings.
Yeah, we'll rot your teeth.
Put your girlfriend in
Disclaimer
jail.
alert: please do not do mephit dust. Just say no.
Yeah.
Don't do method dust.
They,
Yeah,
they
do
just
not do Memphis
they
dust.
just call it meth.
Meth for sure.
Where you're
Meth.
from?
Not even once.
Where you're from?
Yeah.
It's called
It's
meth.
just called meth. Well,
Oh my God, no! that is some hardcore ice you guys got there.
Meth.
Wow.
Oh, this
Great.
took such a turn.
That's so great.
How fast can we get back on track?
yeah.
Yeah. Watch out for this meth.
Pretty fast.
Well, there's probably not a lot of meth guys. You gotta kill methods like crazy.
I
So
think
maybe we should use some method dust.
I think we just lost all of our viewers.
Or gained a few.
Or gained a few.
You know,
Yeah, this
What did
is
they do in
just.
Chronicles of the Coast this week? Oh, you know, they found meth.
Can we start
Yeah,
playing?
some
Can we
math
start
dust.
playing the opening theme to Breaking Bad? And
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, anyways, Ember and I take a little time to look around for other victims. Perhaps there's some dead bodies around here.
perception search.
I will assist him for advantage.
21.
Pretty good.
You don't see anything else around here.
Pick some left.
With your,
It's a long shot.
you do look around for anything edible. What was your check?
18.
You don't find anything really too interesting anyways. There are plants that are edible, but nothing special.
No,
And
like
they're,
sage grass or any kind of like
they're all like,
wild potatoes.
they're bitter or they're bland or it's like plants that you can eat, but nobody would choose to if they had other options.
Yeah, because you can boil it down into a tea. We'll use that later.
Yeah. I actually have an herbalism kit. I'm proficient in all that goodness.
I give them to you.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah, I found these. They're edible, but they're not very delicious.
He hands you a bunch of like spruce.
Spices.
They're just spruce pine needles.
You can eat 'em
They're
in
used
a
in like
pinch.
adding flavor to beer.
Or we can make tea with them.
And you can infuse it with meat.
Okay. Put it in the bag. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, it occurs to me that this half-orc must be well versed in
Make
the ways of
schnapps.
this land to have avoided all these threats. The Yeti, the Mephits. I mean, we are on his trail after all, and I see no signs of him having combated these things.
Perhaps you just knew to move quickly.
Yes.
It's just a thought, that's all.
Had maybe another path.
Look,
there.
those are cold.
Yeah, let's go.
That's
keep
very
moving.
smart. Maybe he knows just not to travel during lunchtime.
Perhaps, yes.
It's lunchtime.
It's always lunchtime.
Things are
How do
so
we know?
hungry
It's always lunchtime.
during lunchtime.
Yes.
Lunchtime. So.
Do you guys want to take an hour, or
No,
should we
I'm
move?
fine. Let's,
We must press on.
I did take a little.
I
nap
wish to
myself.
reach the city.
Mother, help me out.
Keep going.
Okay, I'm full again. It's okay. Let's go.
Yeah, we're gonna head on.
Birds.
Just like,
Yeah.
There's so many birds in this land.
Okay.
and you continue on. You press on the road, and you put in a few more miles, getting to your total of 25. You are not far from the city, large town of Fiolta.
See any houses?
No, not from here.
No, on the
Nothing
outskirts,
yet.
like farms or anything like
When
that?
it starts to get
Not
dark.
yet. You're not that close.
So it's dark.
But the sun is setting. You have roughly a half hour of daylight.
If we push on, we might make it.
I think we need to push on.
We can make it into the night, right?
I do not wish to make camp out here tonight.
Yeah. That's fine. Once we get into the city, we can just drink and stay in a tavern. How much money do we have to do that?
We have enough money to stay in a tavern and drink, Mooney.
Has anyone been to this town?
I know nothing
I
of
don't
this
think-
land.
Heard anything of
We
it?
skipped this on the way up. We kind of like went off in a different direction.
Could
We'll
be filled
call
with
it
evil
that.
creatures. I don't know. Want to approach this thing in the dark?
Oh, I'm content that everything here is ill towards us.
Well,
Quite happy
yeah.
with how we slept last night. That was nice.
if I have ways. Let me just say that I have ways of learning their intent. I could send my friend Zach in invisibly. He could poke around if need be.
Oh wait, can't you just send him to go look for the city while we rest for the night?
Yes, I can do that as well, I suppose.
Can you just ban him back, or does he have to die?
He can either come back or I can summon him back. Either one.
Well, we're gonna stay the night then.
We might face more danger out here, wolves or otherwise, but
I could use a rest.
could be a whole town of people who hate things that aren't human.
Yeah, I could totally use a rest. I don't want to be tired walking into a town of
Alright.
Haters.
So
confused
taggers.
folk.
I will send Zach to the town under cover of darkness and invisible to scout it out. Learn
staying
what
here?
we can learn of it.
I'll start making another shelter again.
I'll help you.
I'll take first rest since he probably
You
won't
gotta-
be there.
This
for a
time, this
few
shelter's a little nicer.
Is it? Let's see the D20 roll and find out.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't think this is not good.
No, he's got assistance.
He's getting assistance
Oh,
and guidance.
Yeah, we're helping each other. There you
Oh,
go.
there it is.
Yeah,
There
plus
it is.
1.
17.
No, he had plus his survival.
Plus your
Plus 5 at
survival.
least.
20.
What do you do to make this?
It's not nicer.
It's the same. It was really
It's
good
just
before.
different.
It's nice.
Yeah.
This time it's a tree in a Y of a tree with other smaller trees. I'm just pulling them out of the ground and just laying them upside down.
See, this is much nicer than going into that town.
So now it
what's
has
around
two
us?
sides.
The road itself continues to follow along the bank, not the banks, the outer edge
No.
of a.
What's directly around
not
us that I
nice,
can
is it?
use?
So bad.
What are you trying to do?
You know what? I'll try to make a really good campfire. Can I find some stones? And I'll bring them into the camp and make it so that it's kind of like an Idaho campfire.
The
where it
area
goes
is
into
right in the
ground,
front.
and then there's
Sure.
the air pit
fence
on the
out.
other side. Yeah,
Yeah, it's awesome.
You could make that fire right in the front door.
yeah. And then I'll make it so the smoke goes out with the Idaho campfire. But we don't call it that in Amarth. We call it.
It's named after the Great Survival, Davy, Idaho. He died in the
Guidance for it.
Idaho.
Yeah.
The Idaho.
Okay.
Back when
What are you rolling
That's a 14.
not
plus
Mexico
4, so
attacked
18.
the Idaho, and they all died. But
18 on
Davy,
making a
Idaho
fire?
was there.
Fire pit.
Yeah, that's good. It's great. You got kindling and some
Okay.
tinders and put stuff together. You got a fire, you got your shelter, and you all settle down and you begin your rest for the night. Familiar goes off, flies into the darkness, and tries to get into reach of this town.
Before I go to bed, I pull out from my pack, because it's my pack. We got all our belongings, right? From our frozen corpses.
For the most part, you were missing something, some etchings, I believe.
Some papers.
Oh my god, excuse me.
The one thing that was remaining in my pack, I pull out, and it's a stone. It's about this long, and it tapers to a point. And
Like
on
an
it,
obelisk?
sort of, yeah. And it's obviously broke from a larger piece of a stone, and on it is etched NY 1891. And I take it and I just stick it in the earth next to the fire. Where I come from, that's called a hearthstone. We take them with us to remind us of home. And then I go to sleep.
The tip broken off?
No, it's like broke from a piece of a larger stone.
Okay.
Before we sleep, do y'all want to play a game?
Sure.
Alright.
All right. It's a little ritual we call Truth of Truth.
Oh boy.
The truth
We all sit.
Alright.
Been sitting.
I cast Zone of Truth.
Okay.
Now here's the game. Some who are strong of will can resist the game of Truth. None of us can know who's lying and who's not.
You can. You know
No.
automatically.
How do you know that, Lizard?
My grandparents were study mages.
And you know exactly how I cast things and what I just cast?
No.
No.
You're
Okay.
completely right.
So are you trying to see if I'm lying?
I will try to see what type of spell this is. And I'll make an arcane check.
Arcana.
Arcana? Or is this religion?
I don't know, DM.
An Arcana check to recognize a spell. It's a spell.
Yep.
It is an Arcana check.
I don't know at all. You're completely right.
No, go on.
Anyway, there's a high likelihood that what you will say will betray your want to lie. The way the game works is we all ask one question to our right. And then it goes around in a circle, and then we all ask one question to our left.
Alright. I assume that the arranger of the game begins.
Sure. Go ahead and make your rolls.
To save.
Don't show anyone else. Yeah.
Okay.
It's charisma.
Charisma? Charisma? Oh man. I'm bad with chorizo.
DC 13. Alright. Mooney. You said your parents were poachers. Were they widely known?
Good butchers aren't probably known very widely, so no.
That's my question.
All right. Nagma,
Yeah.
you said you saw this before. Tell me exactly how the fire started on your ship with your family. You said you were making shadow puppets, but
I was in the lower decks of my family's boat, and I was bored. I couldn't sleep, and I was making shadow puppets on the walls, and I was startled, and a fire broke. That's it.
that's my question.
Amber. Oh, sorry. My bad.
You're up,
I
Nagma.
know. I'm thinking. I don't have anything.
You can have fun with it. It doesn't have to be serious.
Oh, you can make a funny one. It's like, hey, have you kissed a girl yet?
Yeah, there you go. That's how it was growing up, actually. Many questions is like that.
So Taz, is this devil you worship out to harm us or just you?
How do you know about devils?
Oh, can I show you my roll, by the way?
Oh, he knows about He knows about devils.
That's only if. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't say. So if you passed, means you can lie. If you failed, you can't lie.
All
But
right.
nobody knows. Well, it says I know, but I'm gonna. Since I said it, I'm not lying. I didn't know that part, and I'm not gonna know. Don't tell me if you passed or
In
not.
this particular game, the creator foregoes that knowledge.
Yeah.
Young Nakma, I know that you wish to learn the greatest secrets of the world, but I fear you are not ready for the truth of these matters, and whether or not devils, demons, angels, or otherwise mean you harm. My young friend, focus on your talent.
Taz, you're supposed to answer truthfully. I don't care. Just tell him.
What?
We're all working together. Tell him the truth. Don't dodge the answer.
No, he's right.
I
You answer, and if you can lie, then
Hey, I'm your
more power to
friend.
you.
Come on,
I
man.
am not telling this young friend of mine any lies whatsoever. You must focus on your
Yeah, because you're not
abilities,
telling him the truth.
for they will
You're
serve
dancing
you
around the
best.
answer.
Which brings me to my question.
Oh.
You have to answer first.
I answered.
That's not an answer.
What?
You didn't answer his question.
You forgot already?
His answer was, is it to harm us or just you?
Yes.
Neither.
There you go.
Neither.
This game's completely out of my hands. I'm just gonna sit here and listen.
Right?
It's a little character development.
Ember, you say that the place where you come from, you left of your own accord, and you are on a journey to learn the will of Agapalasia. Is that true? Did you leave of your own accord?
Yes. It's really interesting, actually. That's how my whole race. That's how we live our lives.
Wanderlust?
In a way. Yeah. No one stays home. Our whole tribe. Our journey begins in the cave, but the journey actually happens outside the cave. And any who are lucky enough, or fortunate enough, at the end of their life, go back to the cave to pass upon knowledge. And you get to have kids. It's kind of cool.
That all sounds so benign. This is a fun game.
Mm-hmm.
This is your turn now, Taz.
Oh no, I'm asking this way.
Now it's your turn.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Let's not
Oh my gosh.
let's not go dig too much deeper into the serious topics. Taz.
The Honda Accord.
What are you truly doing up here in the north?
Truly? Struggling? Barely making my way.
Yeah.
Finding friends, though. Allies. Enemies.
What?
No, not Nakma. I was looking at the ring through his ear.
A shadowy figure that only you can see places an arm around your shoulders. Making your way in the world today. It's everything you got. Wouldn't you like to find some... I don't know the
Find a
words.
place to let down your worries. Sure could help a lot.
Lizard folks, got it? You start breaking out in a song and you don't know why.
Couldn't we find a place?
We call that possession back in the hells.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows it's safe.
The truth is, though, Ember, I am here to... I am here to find those who sent me here.
And you think they're up here?
If I am here, and if the devil is here, then they are here.
Boy, your beliefs sound startling like my own.
Well,
Interesting.
I just don't know when they are here.
but you believe you're here for a purpose.
Oh, that'd be creepy.
I hope so.
And she's like,
Interesting.
they're still here, and it's like 50 years later.
I'm satisfied. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sometimes the truth doesn't always hurt, I suppose.
I wouldn't know otherwise.
Which, I suppose, brings me to my turn. And young Nakmo.
Yeah.
I know that Ember suggested that we keep it lighthearted, but it's difficult for me to shake the feeling of, not the feeling, the image of that boy and his poor parents. Tell me truthfully, how do you feel?
After everything that's happened,
Especially
I don't
since it
think
was
I
your
feel
fault.
anymore.
Whoa, what?
For
You murdered the
studying
kid's
those
parents?
dark
That was you?
Easy.
That was
Easy
you.
on the boy. That was a little harsh.
You fuck. I'm sorry, you messed up those people? Like, when I saw them, it looked like they got hit by a train. That's not a thing. Looked like they got hit by an owlbear.
No, I'm quickly now rolling up
Interesting.
stats for a monster called a train.
Yeah, right.
It's a type of
I've heard of
ox.
this
It's
train.
it's a type of ox.
You
Made out
know,
of iron.
after the light of everything that's happened in the last couple days, I care not for that kid's parents or that kid.
An ends. Kind of how I saw it.
Truly.
Unfortunate, but
Well,
we did
Doesn't
save a
bring my
whole
family
town.
back.
we did save a whole town.
That means a lot.
It does. It does.
There are ledges.
The lives of the many justify
Mooney.
the sacrifice of the few, then.
Why the Drake?
There are
Who
very
is the
few who
Drake?
don't believe. Oh, I'm missing out. Who's the Drake?
Yes.
Who is the Drake?
Oh, yeah. Alright, I guess it kind of, like, equals back to my master, you know? I always wear this on my back, and you know, I show him it's the sign of a coatl, like, in the air, like, flying, like this, wings spread out.
Okay.
It's like, this is the only thing I got left of my master. This denim jacket with no sleeves. He abandoned me, and, you know,
I like your jacket.
I feel stronger. Like, I feel released from being Mooney, you know, when I pretend I'm the Drake. It's like I've taken on a new persona. I don't get into it a lot yet, but it's like an excitement that builds up inside of me that I can't let go, you know? Like,
Yes, I get it.
I can release it.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Like a joy.
Yeah, no. So when I'm the Drake, I'm probably like the best part of me.
Oh,
But-
okay.
I'm pretty rash. I mean,
Well, I like it.
You
It's a
saw
cool
me
mask.
charge those guys, right?
Yeah?
She used like the hand things, the obsidian chick, and she like, I tried to catch him, but like my hand went right through him and it just like hit me.
You tried, though.
Yeah, those magic shots that
Yeah.
she did with her fingers, she just like pointed at me. I thought I was gonna die, but thanks to Ember, I made it. But
What fun it's been.
Truly
to be the
miraculous.
Drake, it's like it's my fighting style. It's not this. When we were on Weathertop, right? They
Right.
shot fire out of their hands and lightning out of their ass,
I know.
just to be dicks.
Yes.
Just like, hey, look, I can shoot lightning. It's so easy. And it does it out of his butt. I was just like, I couldn't believe it.
It's almost annoying how good they are at it.
Yeah, but Master Paimei was pretty nice. He was pretty awesome to us over
Right
there.
up until he abandoned you.
That's a different master.
Oh, well, I must not have realized that.
Yeah. But, I gotta ask, what's it like growing up with people of your kind? I mean, I was raised by humans. They were poachers and we traveled around a lot, you know, on our house with arms. But what is it like living with people of your own kind? My kind abandoned me as a child.
There are many who fantasize about a place called heaven. My cave is that way all the time. We don't even have a currency. There's no fights. We all speak the truth. It's nothing but love. But it's part of our journey to leave. And if we're lucky enough and spread enough goodwill, we get to come back. It's amazing.
Wait, how do you tell we've spread enough goodwill?
Well, we live to be about 150.
I'm on the tail end of this, man.
I'm only 50 years old.
Well, I've only got like another 30 years at most.
So we journey. We spread our love. We go where our Lord sends us.
I'm almost at the tail end of my age, man. And I'm good now, right? But 10 years from now,
Tell me,
whacked to me, and I'm
were
done
those-
for.
Were there ones at your monastery that were extremely old? Because there are some monks where I'm from that live a long
I
time.
may, but that guy's invincible. Nobody fights pie.
Not from fighting. Like I said, we don't fight where I'm from. But there are those who live a long time.
Is it weird holding your own shell?
No.
I mean, I'd be pretty weird if I was like wielding my
It's still really
my
uncomfortable.
skin, like wearing my own skin.
Right.
I haven't had a chance to do proper handholds on the inside yet. But
Yeah, right. Like you've just been holding like the rim of the shell this whole time with those.
I keep getting my ass handed to me.
You know, I could take care of that right now for you.
Would you turn this into a shield for me?
Yeah, I can put the bracers on the side. Do you want it to look like a kite shield, or do you want it to be,
Yeah.
or do you want like handholds? I mean, I could
Something
strap
like
it so
that.
that it's like stays. Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, I could. Just give me about another 2 hours or so. I can work some up for you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Is that the end of our game?
It is.
I want to share my roll.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
5 for the night.
That son of a bitch!
Oh my, what a lovely game it's been too. This whole friendship building trust exercise. Maybe next we could all take turns falling off a cliff and seeing if our friends catch us. Wouldn't that be lovely?
It would be lovely.
Stop talking to yourself.
It would be lovely. What was that, Taz?
Right? What are you saying over there in the corner?
Nothing. I was just imagining being born in heaven. Must be quite a feat to be born in the place where you would spend your afterlife. But you must spread goodwill in order to be allowed back in there.
That is an interesting way of looking at it.
Wait, can anybody bring back like one of you?
It is. That's a very interesting way of looking at it. That's so many times this evening. Our beliefs are so similar. But when you say it, it sounds so different than when I was growing up.
Perhaps,
Faith will make me smart.
perhaps Earth and a Martha are not so different after all.
Indeed.
And with that, you settle down for the night.
Again.
You rest once again.
Okay.
The morning breaks. Fresh day. Third part of your journey on this trek across the wilderness. I lost my random encounter table. I found my
Taz, do
random.
you think we'll have a longer encounter at some point?
A longer encounter?
Yes, these combats have been over in like 8 seconds.
It's because you're so tough, Ember.
No, well, I guess I'm asking if you think...
I mean, like, me and Akmal were good for, a good jam.
There's no telling what awaits us
Yeah.
in this city.
We haven't really come
Perhaps
I think
even
I
this
got a
half-orc.
nickname for myself, Slaughterhouse.
I have the ability to bring upon a spiritual weapon of
like
some
they do
kind.
with cattle here.
Yeah.
Upon
Tag
waking
me,
up
will
on the
ya?
next
Is that
day.
what weird about? Like,
No, I'm tagged.
Okay, we're all chatting. Yeah, what's up?
Upon waking up at the next day,
This isn't.
this is Slaughterhouse now.
the
Drake and Slaughterhouse.
the wilderness around you has a much different atmosphere and tone as it has had for the beginning of your journey. You poke your head out of your shelter and wake up, but instead of greeting the dawn of the new day, instead you are greeted by a strong and fierce wind that is rocking the trees. However, everything is eerily silent and the world itself is dark and unsettling. And it is when, at this time, Nakma and Ember, the two of you recognize that this is not ordinary weather, but you have found yourselves in the midst of a storm that has crept in in the night. And you awake to what the people of Amarth call a shadow gale. Shadow gales are violent, strong wind, but there is a darkness to them that blots out the sun. It seems now that even though by the time you reckon from the shadows cast on the ground, you believe it to be sometime after breakfast. In fact, you have woken late, but it is no brighter now than it is before the sun rises.
Okay.
It is a true danger, and the souls lost to the wilderness and to storms often find themselves rising at this time, striking out and possibly dragging more souls along with them to some damned afterlife. It is a treacherous storm.
Is this like a blending on the Shadowfell coming into Amarth?
This is like a storm from the Shadowfell sweeping across parts of Amarth.
So it's almost like being in, God, what is it called? It's not Oblivion, it's Limbo, when sand just like always fiercely hitting you.
So,
However, the weather itself is not the true danger of a shadow gale.
No.
The shadow gale itself is actually much more sinister. By these tempest winds of the shadow realm that are sweeping across the area right now, they kick up these spirits of the damned. And the undead rise up. You have a chance at any point in your journey, should you decide to venture away from the safety of your shelter, to encounter these undead. And if you die, there is no retrieving your soul.
I reach out to grab Amber's shoulder, and I'm thinking, I've heard of this storm before. We are in trouble, my friend.
As a side note, you are now all vulnerable to necrotic for the next 24 hours.
Holy shit! What is it like on the sea like this? What are
I
you doing?
haven't
This?
encountered this. I've just heard stories. The shadow
And
storm.
game.
Yeah.
Well, we're just gonna
game.
stay inside for 24 hours,
Yes.
right?
mechanics-wise, is it dark? Like,
No way I'm moving through there.
Everything is
Dude, I
dim.
don't have magic
so can I
damage
see through
at
that shit
all.
with double sight?
Well, if it's just undead.
No, there's no magic
If
damage.
it's specters and shit, then that's bad.
Yeah,
But if
no,
it's
I have
standard
no
undead, we're
magic
okay.
damage. We're done for.
Ah.
Like, the only two people who do damage to those people would be you two. And, like, that also leaves out your familiar.
No, my familiar does too.
Do you do magic damage?
He does.
I just
He's
have
got his
silver-tipped
lightning
arms,
damage.
man.
He's got his aura.
Oh, he's got
aura.
an aura. I guess I'll just
much.
piss off over here with my fucking fist.
Speaking of pissing off, I think that is our night. Do we have anything in chat that we want to address real quick?
Did we happen to ding?
This is like the one thing that'll
No.
murder me.
No, I'm not going to give you level 4 in the middle of this shadow gale. This is, I
Mooney
just
openly,
rolled
like,
for
pees
one
himself.
of,
This is so bad.
I just rolled for one of Amarth's legendary bad and lethal storms. I'm not going to give you a level right before
No,
it.
fuck that. You just stay inside, man. No way.
So our dice were hot tonight.
Normally
We
you do
got
stay
5
inside.
dice.
You don't have a hut.
We do not have a hut.
You have a lean-to. You have
we
some
have
branches.
a whole day to make the hut the better, best it can be.
More trees, more trees.
Yeah, no, we build spikes.
I'm going to have a
around the
goddamn log
outside.
cabin by the time I'm
We
done.
sharpen sticks and start building
make a
fucking
palisade.
palisades around the
Yeah,
outside.
well,
we
we can certainly
tie
try.
ropes to each other so that we don't like get caught out in the storm.
Good night.
We can certainly try.
Night.
Yeah, we cut it. Thanks for donations, you all rock.
Yes, thank you.
We'll see you next week.
Thank you, Stephen Kiss.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you.
Oh, wait, is it gonna be open now?